Hey, hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I'm bringing out this video of me playing a board game, and today I'm going to be playing through G.I. Joe, the deck building game, and I'm just going to do a full playthrough of this one. For those who are watching this, yes, I did the review before I did the playthrough, but it's because I had to redo my playthrough. So this will be my second playthrough. You won't see the other one because I messed up a rule, but we'll talk about that later. So for right now, we're going to be playing through this game, G.I. Joe, the deck building game, and I'm going to try to do a pseudo teach and then try to get into the game because the game lasts long enough, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get this started, and get our background music going. And let's get over to our overview. So what we are currently looking at here is a pseudo somewhat started up game. This is 2 rounds in, and I'm just going to use this as a starting point to kind of talk about the game and explain the game. So first and foremost, the goal of this game is for me to finish this stack of missions over here. This is the current active mission, and this is my other missions I need to finish. Now, the glare that's on the cards here is going to make it a little bit hard to see everything. So my apologies ahead of time. I will be bringing in things to the zoomed in camera over here so we can kind of see things closer up. So we can look at the turn sequence stuff and all that fun stuff. But I'm just giving you guys a heads up that the view is going to be a little bit dark there. And actually, now I'm thinking about it, let me see if I can set this up on the fly. The answer is of course not, because when you're doing things live, nothing ever goes exactly the correct way, huh? Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? All right. So like I said, the goal is for me to make it through this stack of missions, and if I can make it through the stack of missions, then I will be successful in defeating the Cobra threats. Now I'm going to be playing a modified version. I'll explain more of that later when I set things up or reset things, but for right now, okay, I got it, I know. But for right now, we're just gonna kind of go with what we have here. So what we have before us is the missions that I need to go through. This is the current active mission. This is the stack of missions. This is a complication or some kind of monkey wrench is gonna show up for the missions as I go along. Let me get that out of the way so don't have to stare at that. This here is a officer, another mission that I can go on to try to defeat them. This is currently Dr. Mindbender right there. So there's Dr. Mindbender. Look at him. There we go. And oh man, I probably should have set the green screen for this. Now I'm thinking about it. I could totally do that. I'll see if I can do that on the fly here. But those are missions. Over here we have the hangar, which is vehicles that I can utilize. Everybody will start, so you'll always start with the starter vehicle, the Vamp, but in this particular demo that I'm doing, we progress enough to get all these vehicles. Here's my discard here for the center row. Here's the draw deck for the center row, and this is a center row of cards that I can purchase or recruit people from. There's currently a Cobra Battalion covering one of the cards. You see here the Cobra Battalion, what they say is that they say that this card, players cannot interact with covered cards. This card kind of comes out at specific moments for specific reasons, and it'll basically be a thing that we have to deal with. And I'll explain all the workings and trappings of this card later. Oops, wrong button. But they're currently right there. Over here is our threat track, and we can lose the game if this threat track ever reaches the highest level. That's a loss condition. Another loss condition is if there's ever all 5 of these Cobra Battalion people out here covering the cards. If I ever need to place a 6th one, then the game's over immediately. And the last losing condition is that if I ever need to refill, the center stack here or the center row here, and there's no more cards to draw from, as in all these cards are discarded or purchased or whatever, and I need to refill, let's say something happens to eliminate this card and I need to refill a card, then the game ends immediately. So I don't want to run out of cards, I don't want to get overrun by Cobra Battalion, and I don't want that threat meter to get to the very top. So those are the conditions here for the game. Now, down here we have, I'm playing two-player, so I'm playing two-handed solo. So I'm playing 2 different players here, so I'm playing a 2-player game. And the reason why is because true solo is neat, but it's not my thing. I like to play the 2-player games so I can kind of bounce between the two. That feels more fun. But in this case, when you're playing solo or playing with 2 players, you get this reserve area, and this will allow me to reserve a card between turns for the active player, and then they get the card back, so it gives them a 6th card. We'll definitely see that happen a lot of times during the course of this playthrough. And then over here is the other player's hand. So we have player to the left, player to the right, and there's 2 different players here. All right, So that is what we're looking at. The only other thing I didn't explain was that here's a successful missions column and here's a failed missions column. It's going to be important to keep track of successes and failures for the missions that I'm going through, because sometimes cards will say for every failed mission you have, you know, make it more difficult, or for every successful mission you have, make it difficult, and they'll say stuff. They'll feed off of each other like that. So that's that. All right, so that is an overview of what's here on the table. Now let's actually talk about how the game goes and how the game flows. So I will talk about the turn sequence here, and then we will start going through this for 2 rounds, and then I'll pause, reset everything, and then go through setup. So I'm changing up how I'm approaching this because I just wanted to go through the demo first to explain the mechanics, and then show setup afterwards, and then just start playing fresh and brand new. So for here, the turn sequence, first thing we'll do is at the start phase, you'll refill the story mission. So at the start of your turn, if their story mission has been completed in the last round, then you bring in the new story mission at the top of the round for the next player's turn. And then mission effects, if there's any mission effects that say at the start of turn, do these things, then you do those things. Cobra effects, Joe effects. So mission comes first, and then Cobra effects or Cobra officer effects, such as Dr. Mindbender here says at the start of a group mission. Oh, sorry, no, not him. Sorry, wrong person. Sorry. The story mission has a thing. It says here at the end of each player's turn, gain 1 Cobra Trooper. So that would trigger down here. Oh, sorry, down here. And notice that the mission effects trigger before the Cobra effects, such as this guy, he's a Cobra person. His effects, if he had an effect that would do at the end of the turn, it will trigger then. And then finally, Joe effects. So if you have any cards to say do this at the end of your turn, then that will kick in then. So that's what that means. All right, so start a turn, do those things, and then action phase. So in this order, so first thing you'll do is you'll do missions, and then second thing you'll do is you'll recruit, and then finally you'll end your turn. You'll do all these things here that it says there, and then you will draw 5 cards. So missions, actually, sorry, I said I was gonna explain this while showing, so let me explain while showing. So we're at the start of the turn, start of phase here. There's nothing special for us to do at the start of our phase, so nothing happens there. No Joe effects, no special things, no nothing. So now we go into the missions. So we can now declare missions. So the way missions work is there are 3 different types of missions. There's side missions, which means that only you, the active player, can do them. There are group missions, which means that anybody at the table, as long as you're spacing your vehicle to do them, anybody at the table can join you for the mission. And then there's story missions. Story missions are basically just group missions, but just with a specific keyword. So think of story missions as group missions, but sometimes you'll have story missions that are side missions. It's a very specific thing. The cards will tell you exactly what they mean. So let me bring on the screen here an example of each one of those. And we'll look at this together. So here we have the story card. It's a story mission. So that's what I was talking about before. Keyword story mission. That's important for triggering certain text. This is also a group mission. So it's a story mission and a group mission. Then we have Dr. Mindbender here. If you're ever going to go try to tackle him, he's a group mission. And then finally, you have a side mission, which if you're ever trying to go against the Cobra Battalion, you got to do it on your own. You can only take people from your hand. You cannot have other people contribute to that. Now, while I have this here, let me talk about the anatomy of these cards. So the anatomy of these enemy cards here will show us some very important information. One, it'll show us the type here. So it'll show us the type. 2, it'll show us some flavor text in the case of story missions. 3, it'll show us the skill check that it's going to be using. So in this case, if you have the keyword tech, then you'll get some bonuses to be able to take out Dr. Mindbender. But if you don't have the keyword tech, then you'll get the basic stuff. And then down here, you'll have the effect of the person. And in the case of story missions, you also have a success and fail. And then sometimes you'll have text here that has an effect. And then finally, on the story missions, sometimes you'll have this symbol, which means that if you bring in a vehicle that has that symbol, so for instance, if I bring in this vehicle, it'll give me these bonuses because this vehicle has that symbol. So therefore, this will trigger. If I send this vehicle for that mission, I'll get whatever that says. And that has to be relevant. All right, that'll make more sense later once I explain what the Joe cards do. And this tells me how many complications that I put. And complications are simply cards that add complications. So when I go do the mission, when I commit to the group mission, after everybody kind of commits and settles on who they're sending and what they're sending, this will flip over. So let's assume that this is our hidden complication card, and we do whatever the text says. In this case, story mission difficulty +1. So this is no longer a 5, it's now a 6. Oh no. So that is what that all does. Okay, cool. Glad we talked about those, because it's important to know what you're fighting against. All right, this is a battalion. Oh, he was out here, wasn't he? Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and go into the actual playthrough so I can continue teaching here. So first thing I can do is I can commit people to a mission. So we will talk about the breakdown of a card now. So the different Joes will have different pieces of information on the cards, but the same design language exists between the cards. And actually bring in the entire hand here. So these cards over here are Joes. These Joes are people who are the cards that I can send on missions, the cards that are kind of the main core of the game. There's different Joes that exist. So in this case, I have Mainframe over here, and I got Don Marino. And there's also different techs that exist. So for instance, Don Moreno is a leader, whereas Mainframe is not a leader, but he's still a Joe. And this GI is just a generic starter card. It's a starter and a Joe. That's what that means. There's also cards that have different types. So for instance, this is a utility card, and this is a starter card, and so on and so forth. So going over the Joes, we have the recruit values. Sorry, going over the cards in general, we have the recruit values. So whenever I get to the phase to where I can start buying people or buying new cards, I will add up the total amongst all these cards that I have in my hand, and I'll have that much spending power. So in this case, I'll have $5 of spending power to recruit cards such as cards in the middle row. And then the next part, looking at these two cards here first, they have different effects. So for this one, whenever you play it, if you're the active player, you can play this card, and it'll let you do whatever it says here. So in this case, choose one, either discard one uncovered card in the lineup and replace it, or target teammate, so choose a teammate that has 3 or fewer cards in their hand, and they get to draw 1 card. So this is target teammate, keyword teammate, not yourself. Reinforcements, in this card, it does whatever the text says. You may gain 2 spending power, 2 recruit power. If you do, put the next card you recruit this turn into your teammate's hand. So some pretty neat stuff. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Go back. So going back over, now we got through these cards. Let me put these back in the hand because they're not going to be relevant right now. And going back over these Joes, there's more information here. So the key pieces of information on these cards are that you'll see they'll have effect boxes down here. And then you'll also see that in the case of my starting leader card, which is what this card is, because there are different leaders you can start the game with. Where are the leaders? There they are. Nope, that's not them. Oh, LOL, they're right there. These starter leader cards, they'll have different abilities, of course, and they'll be different people. So you have Snake Eyes here. He's a different starter that I could have had. You have Flint, he's a different starter I could have had. You have Duke, and then you have Scarlet. In this case, I have Don Moreno. And they'll also have this promote here for your starter cards, which means that during the recruit phase, if I spend $6, then I can choose to upgrade Don Moreno to their ultimate side. So it's a completely different card. It is more powerful, clearly, because it has more stat things here. And it does a different effect, a better effect usually. All right. Speaking of the stat things, these stat things are very important. These stat things are very critical. These stat things mean that whenever I do a challenge that requires me to commit to a certain skill, then I will be able to try, or I'll have to try to match those skills to get more of a benefit. So we have Dr. Moreno out here, or Dr. Mindbender out here, as one of our examples already. And what this means is that if I decide to go in a group mission against Dr. Mindbender, and if I send people who have this tech thing, then they'll get bonuses. So let's say, hypothetically, without explaining how this works yet, let's say I send these 3 out on this mission. Just me by myself, I send these 3 guys out on the mission to go against Dr. Mindbender. The first thing is that we check what his text does, and his text says at the start of a group mission, this is a group mission, he's a group mission. At the start of a group mission, discard the top card of the main deck. If it is a Joe, then that mission is increased by +2 difficulty. So if I go back over here, top of the deck, let's flip it over. Oh no, it's Joe, it's Beachhead, who was already there, but I just put him back for a second. So therefore it's a Joe that we discarded. So therefore this is going to be a difficulty 6 now, instead of a difficulty 4. So, oh no, that's awful. And then we continue with our mission. When we go to do our mission, this is where we get into the kind of the meat of the game. Each of these Joes, depending on their skill level, will give us a varying number of dice. And we have to roll dice to determine if we succeed on the mission or if we fail. Now, the successes on the dice are going to be these hits. The failures are going to be these circles. On the hit side, there are 3 faces that are hits, with one of those being a crit, which gives us 2 hits. And there are 3 faces that are misses, with none of them being like a critical miss. But you have a crit here on the D6, and that's it. Now, to determine how many dice somebody gets, you have to look at what the challenge is. So in this case, it's going to be a tech challenge. So we have to go ahead and go through determining if we have a match. So in this case, Dr. Mindbender is a tech person that we're fighting against. Mainframe here is a tech person, so he's going to get all 4 of his dice. That number determines how many dice he gets. We'll skip the regular Joe for a second. Don Moreno has a 2 stealth, so stealth does not match tech, so therefore Don Moreno does not qualify for getting extra dice. Now, for every other Joe who doesn't have any matches, who does not match the challenge that you are doing, they will just give you 1 single dice. Whether they are a named Joe or not a named Joe, they'll just give you 1 die. And to extend the example a little bit more, let's say I had rock and roll here instead of having Don Moreno. What would happen is he has 2 different things. You have to choose which one of these you're committing to. He does not get both. So in this case, he doesn't match either one of these with recon or with marksman. So therefore, he's going to get a single die just like everybody else. So that is how that works. So in this case, I'm going to be rolling 6 dice, which is not the greatest, but that's what we're doing. So we're going to go ahead and do our roll here, our mock roll, so we can kind of show how this all pans out. Wow, I succeeded. Man, I should have saved that roll. All right, so clearly I succeeded. So therefore I have my 6 hits. So therefore Dr. Mindbender is defeated. So he goes into the discard pile with the rest of the commanders, and his effect is now no longer in play. So that's pretty much it. Now, the other part that I didn't explain is that when you do go on a group mission, you must declare which vehicle you're going to use. In this particular example, I used the Vamp, which is one of the starter vehicles, and this vehicle has a specific capacity of 4 people. So this vehicle can hold up to 4 Joes. I'm doing a group mission, which I didn't explain fully the group part of that, but I just explained the mission part. But in this case, I could have sent another Joe if I had another Joe. And there's other vehicles that I could have used, such as the Shark here, which only lets me carry 1 person inside of it, but it gives me whatever these effects are down here. There's the Sky Striker XP 14F. It lets me hold 2 people inside of it, so I could have bought 2 people along for the ride, and they'll give me whatever these keywords are down here. If this had matched our mission that we're doing, which it does not, but if it did, I would get this effect down here of +3 wild, which would be pretty nice. And then subsequently we have the rest of our vehicles. So the different vehicles have different capacities, but we use the Vamp here in our example, so that is the one that I'll keep there. So now that we've successfully defeated Dr. Mindbender in this particular example, what happens is, going back over to the top, what happens is the vehicle will go, this specific vehicle, the Vamp, has an effect of after the mission, return the Vamp to the hangar. So it goes back to the hangar, so it can be used again later. And these 3 will not go into my discard. They'll just kind of be, some kind of symbolism to let you know that you've used them, and they can no longer go on missions. If I had more Joes, then I could go on other missions. So I could go take out the Cobra Battalion. I could try to go for the main mission. That is up to me. But in this case, I did not have those things. All right. So I'm going to undo all those things that I just did here. And we are going to continue playing through the turn. Now that we have an idea of what kind of flow, what kind of things can happen. Whew. All right. Lots of explaining here. But hey, we're making good time. I feel like we're making good time. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and play out the turn. It would be nice to commit to that, but I want to show the group mission in better form. So, yeah, we're just gonna do the same thing. So we are going to, again, we just reset. Now we're starting our turn. So I just reset everything. For those who are wondering why am I doing this again, it's because I reset everything. I'm gonna go ahead and declare that I'm gonna do a group mission, or I'm gonna do a mission. I'm gonna use the Vamp, and we're gonna take the Vamp, and we're gonna go against Dr. Mindbender. At this time, because I'm doing a group mission, because remember, going against Dr. Mindbender is a group mission, my allies are allowed to send people in as long as I have seats available in my vehicle. So I have a 4-person vehicle, I'm sending 3 people. My allies, they can send a person, so they're gonna commit this regular Joe here. So they're gonna commit that. And now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing we did before, except for this time I'm gonna get 6 die instead of 7, I'm gonna 7 die instead of 6. So there we go. I'm just gonna roll it from here. Dr. Mindbender's effect kicks in. It says at the start of a group mission, which is what this currently is, we will discard a card. If it is a Joe, which it is, then it'll be +2 difficulty. So again, once again, he is a 6, which is not great, but we're gonna go with it anyway. We got 7 dice to roll. So we're gonna go ahead and roll them. And looks like we are good. We're good. So we got ourselves a lot of hits there. So we got 2, 7. We got 7 hits. So therefore we take him out. We successfully took him out. So he's actually now officially out, not in the demo out. And at the end of that, what's gonna happen is, I'll bring these guys over here to the zoomed in screen. There we go. So what's gonna happen here is that we have these Joes, they successfully complete their mission. So at the end of the mission, after the mission is done, return the vamp to the hangar. There's some other effects here too, such as, oh man, I should have read this effect. Sorry, Don Moreno's effect would have given me another die here. If there are 1 Cobra officer in play, 1 wild skill. If none, draw a card. So I would have had another die to roll. Man, I'm sad I missed that. Anyway, but this Joe has an effect of if you are part of a successful mission, then you can destroy this card. So we're gonna choose to do that. And then my ally, they're gonna also choose to do that because their card is the same text. Boom. I just want to show that part up close on the screen. Now, if my ally had sent a card, or if my ally decided not to destroy that card that they just sent out to the mission, that card after the end of the mission would go straight to the discard. Meaning that the penalty for them for joining the mission is they're going to have less cards at the start of their turn, which is not going to be great. But if it lets you finish a big mission, then why not? Why not go for it, you know? Why not go for it? All right, continuing on with our turn sequence. We're done with missions. There's nothing else we can really do with missions. We have nobody else to activate here. So we're gonna go ahead and move into our recruits. Now with my recruits, notice that I got rid of one of my cards, therefore I do not get the money for that recruit. That's one of the important things to mention in this game. But in this case, I have $2, $3, $4 left available in front of me. So I got $4 to spend. And on top of that, I have this card Reinforcements, which has a really cool effect. Reinforcements says, I may gain 2 stars. If I do, I can put the next card that I recruit this turn into my teammate's hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that card's effect. That's gonna give me $6. And the reason why is because then I can recruit this card and it's gonna go straight into my teammate's hand because that's what the text says here. And that's it, that's all done. Whenever you purchase a card or recruit a card from the middle, it's gonna refresh automatically. And then we're gonna continue here. So I'm done, I played all my cards. I'm gonna go ahead and take this card here and put it into my reserve because I didn't use it and I don't wanna use it. So it goes here, I'm gonna draw 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see I effectively have gotten myself 6 cards in my hand now, which feels pretty cool. So that is it. Oh, also, at the end of each player's turn, they put a Cobra Trooper in there, or they gain a Cobra Trooper. So that card goes there. That's very sad. All right, now we're on to this side, and they want to try to take out the mission if they can. Can they? Looks like they cannot. They don't have the right keywords. They need martial arts and explosives, and they have none of those. So I guess we're just gonna kick rocks, I guess. So in their hand, they have a Cobra Trooper. So the way Cobra Troopers work is once they go into your discard, and they eventually get shuffled into your deck. Once you end up drawing them, they clog up your hand, so they take up space in your hand. And then on your turn, you'll play them. When you play them, then this person can decide to go on a side mission to take them out. So they're gonna send just as regular Joe. Hopefully the dice gods are on my side. They're gonna send a regular Joe just in the vehicle. It's a side mission, so they can't have any help. So we're gonna roll. And we successfully defeated them. Boom, out of my deck. But this Joe's, of course, gonna be exhausted. We are gonna go and throw him out of the game though. That way it gets out of the way. And we continue with our turn. So that is how the Cobra Troopers work. So that's like a really good functional example explaining that part. All right, continuing on here. So we have these 3 Joes, and we got, I don't think we have enough to actually do anything big. So we're gonna go ahead and send all of these guys using the Vamp, again, which has a capacity of 4. We're gonna send all of them to go and try to take out the Cobra Battalion because we do not want to attempt to do the mission, because if we fail, we'll get some negative consequences. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves this mission. I'll bring this up on the screen because we're still learning here. So we're using the Vamp and we get to bring all these people along. And this one allows us to choose any one skill. So amongst the skills that we have here, we got a lot of marksman. So we're gonna go ahead and choose marksman, of course. So that's gonna give us 5 dice, 6 dice. Oh, actually, now think about it. I'm going to undo knocking out my GI guy because I just realized that I have $6 here, which is gonna be nice. All right, so that guy's exhausted though. The guy who fought the Cobra Trooper one-on-one. All right, so now we're here. We got our dice, and we're gonna go ahead and ooh, this is effect. If this mission fails, gain 1 card from the main deck discard pile. Oh, so it's not bad if I fail. Okay, it's not bad. All right, we're gonna go ahead and roll. We need a 2 or better. I think we got it. Looks like we got it. So we take out the Cobra Battalion, so they're gonna go back over here, and then we get all the effects down here, which are no effects from these guys. I did not fail the mission, so that's good, and we're gonna send the Vamp back over here. All right, so now that we're done that, we're gonna go into our purchasing phase here, and in our purchasing phase, we're going to, our recruit phase, we're gonna go into upgrade roadblock. So we have $3, $4, $5, $6, so we're gonna go ahead and promote. And we're gonna get super roadblock. Look how cool that looks. Look how cool that card is. Rah, I got my guns. Brah. So it's a much better version of roadblock. And whenever you recruit a card, whenever you purchase a card, we haven't had a chance to see this, but we can see it now. That card will go to the top of your deck, which is pretty cool. So if I were to purchase a card from out here, it will go into the top of my deck instead of my discard, like a typical deck building game. All right, so that's done. I've used everybody. Everybody's all done. And we go here. We draw our 5. Oh, sorry. Before we do, sorry, I did that wrong. We get a Cobra Trooper first because of the mission that's out here, and then we discard all these cards, and then we draw 5. All right. And now we're at the end of the round, so we're gonna boost this up by 1. There's no other end of round effects, so therefore we continue back over here to the starting player's turn. This is gonna be the last round that I play before I reset everything and actually start my actual playthrough. Like I said, the whole purpose of me doing all of this is so I can explain the game, and then I'll actually just go straight into playing it once I finish this round. So going into this round, we got ourselves a little bit of a conundrum, don't we? Okay, we got 3 explosives over there. So what we're gonna, well, we got a Cobra Trooper, so we're gonna go ahead and use this. We're gonna send a single Joe after him, and hopefully that works out for us. I don't know if it will, but we're gonna hope. So we're sending a single Joe in the vehicle to go do that mission. It worked. We got another double. Wow. Okay. So we took out that Cobra Trooper, so he's gone. He's dealt with. And now we're going to go on another mission, and we're going to send the Vamp out with these 3 Joes, and we're going to have our ally send Roadblock, because Roadblock has 3 explosives. And we're going to go after the mission here. So at the top of the mission, and I'll bring all these cards into the void again. I need to get a better way to do this, but this is how we're doing it for now. So at the top of the mission, you'll notice that we have a complication. So we're gonna go ahead and reveal this complication because we're committing this. Also, I sent Roadblock because he gives me 3 dice. And also it says if there's a gear in play, which we won't have a way to add a gear, so this might not be the most wise thing to do. We get to do a +1 wild, but otherwise it's all fine. And I'm saying 3 regular Joes, so we're gonna have 6 dice to roll to try to get a 5 or better. First things first though, complication is going to reveal, and this complication says at the end of your turn, do this. Actually, this is a precision strike. So precision strike is another keyword, and the way precision strikes work is when they show up, you will determine, the active player will determine who's going to be assigned this side quest, this side mission to do on their own. So in this case, I can choose to either give it to myself or I can give it to my ally. I think both options are awful. Both options are kind of bad. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep it for ourselves because we're kind of forcing, we've got our ally to pull out this card, and they'll have no other Joes given the current board state. So we're gonna keep it for ourselves. It's not the end of the world, but it's gonna be part of the end of the world, I guess. All right. So now we dealt with that complication. We're gonna go ahead and do our mission. We're rolling 6 dice. So that's 3 from these guys, and then 3 from Roadblock. Nothing special. And we're going to try to take on the story mission. That is a lot of misses. Sorry, you don't see that. Oh, you do see that. So we got 1, 2 hits. And we have a single reroll, so he can let us reroll, which is not going to give us enough. So we're going to hold on to it. We're not going to reroll. So therefore, we failed the mission. Oh no! It says +1 to the Cobra track. And it also says put Baroness in play. Oh no! So Baroness is going to come into play. So we're going to find Baroness. Oh, there she is. She's going to come into play, and she's particularly nasty. Baroness says you cannot do story missions unless it's started by a leader. So we can either take her out to get her effect to go away, or we can just have a leader go on the story missions and just ignore her completely. So that is what happened. So this mission is now going to go into the failed side. So it's going to count as a failure, which is not great, but also it's not the end of the world. We get to continue playing the game at the very least. And she's available for us to do a group mission on later. Now what's going to happen with the rest of these cards is that because my ally committed this, they're going to go into the discard. I have these guys. We all failed our mission, so we don't get to do anything special. All right, and now I got $4 of recruit. So I'll use my $4 of recruit to get... I'll get all in for 2. And then I'll get disarm. Oh. Yeah, I'll get disarm for 2. No, I'll get gas grenade for 2. Well, nope. I want them to have gear, so I'll get disarm for 2. Okay, all done. End of my turn. I did not use this card here, and I don't think I will. I'm just gonna let it. Well, I'm gonna put it into reserve, kind of get it on my shuffle here, and then draw 5. Then there we go. All right, now we're at the top of the, so we don't have to do the penalty of adding Cobra Troopers anymore. That was the whole reason why we went after that mission. And now we're at the top of my allies mission over here, allies turn. So therefore the next mission is gonna come out. And this mission says that it's a story mission, has some flavor text. We're gonna add 1 complication. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to reveal that, my bad. Sorry, let me shuffle that again. We're gonna add 1 complication. Jeez, did it again, sorry. We're gonna have 1 complication face down. Whew, so bad. And this is place a blast marker. So place this blast marker 3 spaces above the threat marker. If the threat marker reaches this blast marker, this mission immediately fails. In the success, each player draws 1 card, and we go down 1 on the threat marker or on the threat track. A failure, we go up 1 on the threat track. And we add 1 face down complication to the next story mission. Ooh, that's not great. So following that, we go 1, 2, 3. There we go. And this is our story missions in play. So now we're on to the last turn that we're going to play out here before we reset and actually start playing through the game. And we are... Oh, there's another part. It was the end of my turn there, so this is going to trigger... So this is going to go up 1 more. So that means that this would have been there instead. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to send this single Joe after that, Cobra Trooper. And we got a success. I don't know if you can see that, but we got a success, so we knock them out. We're doing pretty good on those rolls. And that is pretty much it for our turn. We can't really do anything else. We got $1 to spend. Can't spend it on anything. Oh, nice. We are going to play this card for Diffuse. It says, if you defeat a side mission, lower the threat track by 1. Great. And yeah, that's it. All right, so these guys are going to be, I'm going to pull this to the side, draw my 5. And we are go. Now we're at the end of the round. We're going to do everything on this track. So we're only going to do this part. We're not going to trigger this because end of round stuff triggers at the top. So we do this and then that's it. This will be going next time around. And that is it. That is kind of me playing through a few turns here to show some of the mechanics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take myself a sip of water here. And we're going to reset. I'm going to talk about the setup and then we're going to start playing. So hopefully that was sufficient to kind of teach nearly all the rules. Because we just basically teach by doing, and it'll be a little bit scattered, I'm sure, but you know, the whole point is trying to make it a little bit more streamlined and efficient. So, all right, let's see. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort all these decks out, Oh man, did I keep him in my deck? I didn't do that. Yeah. So when you promote somebody, I don't know if I did this properly, but when you promote somebody, you're supposed to throw them out, not put them in your discard. I just want to clarify. It's only one copy of them. There should be only one copy of them, I mean. So with building out your starter decks, I'll show this on screen. With building out your starter decks, you're going to have six Joes, 6 basic Joes, and then you're going to have one of each of these cards, which are the 1 comms, 1 diffuse, and 1 second effort. So this is your base starter. And then afterwards, you're gonna go through and you can do this randomly or you can choose your own. I like to choose my own because it's more fun that way. You're going to go through and choose which of the starter Joes that you wanna use. So in this case, we can choose Snake Eyes, Flint, Duke, Scarlet, or Roadblock. I think I'm gonna stick with Roadblock over here. That's a little fun. And this is going to be our starter deck of 10 cards for one player. So I'm going to do that same thing for the other player, but I just wanted to explain that on screen here. So shuffle that and put it over here. And shuffle all this up here. All right, so we're gonna get shuffle for our. Oh, actually, we need to add more cards, don't we? Sorry, we're gonna set up this deck too. Sorry, I should have done that first. Okay, I think this is our starting 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Missing a card. What am I missing? This. Yep. Okay, cool. Got all of our starters. All right, so that's all set. Put all these away now. Okay, and we're going to set up our hangar. So we only have one starter vehicle, which is right there. Then we get the rest of these guys going. Oh, no. Okay, so I'm not sure. And then after we do this, we're going to set up our complication deck, and then we're going to set up our mission deck last. Okay. So this deck goes there. So we got that set. We gotta set up our complication deck. Now, the complication deck, the way you set up your complication deck is that you are going to take all the complication cards and you're going to divide them up into stacks based on their level. So there's a little level marker down at the bottom. There's an Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. And you wanna make sure that you have all the Act 1s separate from all the Act 2s and all the Act 2s separate from the Act 3s and so on and so forth. So just separate them all out. Make sure you got them all separated. Make sure you got all of them. And then once you do, we're going to take all the Act 1 complication cards, give them a good shuffle, and then put them up ready for being pulled into the game. So essentially, until you finish Act 1, or sorry, until you get to Act 2, you're only going to have Act 1 complications. And then once you get to Act 2, you're going to shuffle in Act 2 and Act 1. You're going to combine those decks and then shuffle those together. And then you're going to have potentially harder complications. I need to double check if you need to pull in the discarded ones or just the ones that you have. Where's the rulebook? What? I was gonna say, where's the rulebook? Oh no, it's way over here. Let me double check. Complications. This is the rulebook. The rulebook is really not great, not easy to follow. It's okay, but it's also like kind of scattered in a very frustrating way. So. Sorry for the boring me going through books part. All right, complication cards. End of an act. When the final story mission of an act is complete, golden border, a new act will begin at the start of the next player's turn. After the first story mission of a new act is placed, take the complication discard pile and all complication cards for the next act and shuffle them into the main complication deck. This means that the complication deck will be renewed and upgraded with a mixture of cards from previous acts and the current act. Okay, so if I'm reading that correctly, it says after the first story mission of a new act is placed, take the complication discard pile and all complication cards from the next act and shuffle them into the main complication deck. Okay, so that means that you'll start seeing reoccurring acts, okay, or reoccurring complications. That makes sense. This means that the complication deck will be renewed and upgraded with a mixture of cards from the previous acts and the current acts. Okay, all right, I'm glad I read that because I was gonna play it completely wrong again. All right, so in that case, what it's saying is that all the complications that you faced already are gonna be the ones that are gonna be shuffled into the deck. All right, cool. So that is the complication. So glad we read through that. Cool story there, right? So now we are going to set up the mission. So I'm going to do, not mission 1, I'm going to do mission 2. And I'll tell you why. It's because I want to set up the mission deck. So let me bring over this. And we have mission 2 cards here. So with mission 2 cards, these cards we're going to split into their various acts. So there should be 6 cards of each in their various acts there. So act 1, act 2, and act 3. And we're going to split them up into their various acts. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find the gold card of each one, which should be the climax card. And we're going to just kind of put that to the side here. So I'm just going to bring them up here on the screen. And then I'm going to take all of the grays here for for act 1, for mission 2. And it doesn't have to be mission 2, it has to just as long as it's the same mission. And shuffle those as best I can. And out of those 5, I'm going to take 2 of these, like so, randomly, and then put the gold one like so. And that's it. So that stack is finished. I'm gonna take the rest of these and put them back in the box. I do not need them. Now for the next one, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna give this a good shuffle, 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 and then 1, 2, and then throw the rest of these away. And then put this one on top. And then finally, shuffle, 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 and shuffle. Then 1, 2, and then throw those away. And then I'm going to make our mission stack by taking mission 3's stack and put it on top of mission 2 stack, and then taking mission 2 stack and put it on top of mission 1 stack. And then I'm going to flip the whole thing over, and that's how we start. So we're gonna start with just this one showing. It is not active yet. So in the first round, the first round or first turn, let me double check. I think it's the first round is not active. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, here it is. Starting round. The threat markers start each game in the blue zone. At the end of the starting round, when you surrender round, you will advance threat marker 1. Then at the beginning of the next player's turn, put the first story mission card into play as normal. Okay, yeah. All right. So we don't have a story card. We get to look at it. We get to see what's there. So we kind of get one round of reprise, if you will, one round of relaxation. I think I explained this wrong in my review that I did totally after I played. But this is gonna be our first mission here. And actually, let me see if I can set up our screen here so we can have an easier time doing. Continuing on, sorry, I have my story mission. I took a second through the magic of television and I made a little thing so that way I don't have to keep flipping back and forth between the cameras. But essentially this is our mission. So we're gonna have this mission coming up. It is not active right now, but it will be active in a second with a complication. So we're gonna go ahead and get our initial set of cards out. Oops, wrong button. Oh man, that is gonna be a nightmare. We're gonna get our initial cards out here. And there we are. And y'all probably can't see that very well, but it is here, it is here, it is there, here and there. Oh, this is mission 1. We don't have these anymore. Okay, all right, so that's our mission. This is our mission here that we're gonna eventually have to deal with. So I'm just gonna keep that up on the screen and we're gonna go ahead and play through our stuff as normal. Okay, so starting off with drawing our first 5 cards. And 5 cards. And we're going on an adventure. All right, so now we're just going to continue playing. We've already talked about how things work, how things flow. So the first round is going to be no complications, no mission. We don't have any stories active right now, which is why I just have it on the screen so I can kind of remind myself and so we can all know what story I'm going to be facing here soon. So this one is going to be Repel Cobra's Attack. I'll read all the flavor text later, but I need marksman and martial arts. So that's what I need. So marksman and martial arts. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but there's nothing for me to do here. So I got $1, $2, $3, $4 to spend, and I'm gonna pull this card over here to the side so it stays out of my shuffle. So I got $4 to spend. We're going to recruit the. We're gonna recruit the proximity mine. Actually, no, we're gonna let Robot get that. We're gonna get Muskrat. We're gonna put him in there. And we're going to get, for our second one, let's see, how much money do they have? They also have $4. For our second one, we're going to get, inspiration. Actually, no, we're not gonna get inspiration. We're gonna get, well, yeah, we'll get inspiration, it's fine. It'll be a card in our hand. Okay, so that's it. We spent all of our cards. This is gonna go into our discard. We're gonna draw our 5. And then we're gonna get this card added to it. And now we're on to our ally's turn. Our ally has some reasonable cards here. And these reasonable cards are, oh, that's gonna be cut off, isn't it? That's not convenient. It's not convenient at all. Shoot, didn't think that far through. I can shrink it, I'll shrink it. There we go, okay, perfect, that's what I wanted. Because it doesn't need to be that big. Maybe just as big as a Cobra track. Okay, cool. So continuing on, we got $4 over here. Oh, we got to refill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. Okay, so we're gonna get Ace for 2, and we're gonna get probably Hacking Gear. Let's see, what is this one? Discard 1 reveal complication, draw another complication, resolve it immediately. Nah, we like this one better. This one says roll 2 dice for each hit rolled, draw 1 card. Gives me some more card economy going. All right, that's it. So we are now done with our first free round. We did not actually, we are going to hold our comms back because it doesn't have money. We're gonna pull into our hand, get it out of the shuffle. And now we continue with bringing out the dramatic affair. We're gonna bring out the mission. The mission is gonna be here, Repel Cobra's Attack. So Repel Cobra's Attack is gonna be the mission, and it's gonna be available. Oh, sorry, I should have kept it over there. My bad. Yep, you're right. Repel Cobra's Attack. There it is. And it is going to be, it's going to have 1 complication. So I'm going to add the complication here. I'm just going to put it up here. Just put it in the place right there. Like so. And it has 1 complication. And this one says Repel Cobra's Attack. It's a story mission, group mission. A Cobra convoy is attacking an unarmed camp of charity workers. That's low even for Cobra. The Joes need to stop them. and it's going to give us one complication, which we've added. And it says at the end of each player's turn, discard the rightmost card in the lineup. Ooh, that's not great. I don't like that at all. And it's going to be a 5 to succeed. Marksman and martial arts is the key, are the keywords there. And our mission that we have showing, I was going to bring it on screen temporarily. Our mission that we're going to, once we do complete this first mission, is going to be this one. Cards in the lineup have 1 extra cost. Oh, gross. I don't like that. And we're going to need stealth and tracker. Okay. Cool. So that is going to be fun to deal with. So we got our starting hands here. I'm just going to leave the overlay up there. We have our starting hands here. So we have, can we just do the mission outright? What is it again? Marksman and martial arts? Not no, but heck no. All right, we need a little bit more time. We need some stuff here. So, it says the rightmost card in the lineup. So it's going to be the most recent card, probably. This is a little bit of a difficult choice here. So nobody has any leaders, so I'm not going to play inspiration. I'm actually going to, well, it's $2. Muskrat gives me $0? What? Wow. That is sad. All right, well, Muskrat gives me no money, so I have $4 to spend. I was gonna hold Muskrat to the side. He's gonna hang out over here with me. And we got $4 to spend. I have nothing to kind of do a mission on. We're definitely not gonna try to go for that main mission. But with my $4, we will go ahead and recruit, I wanna recruit Mainframe, because he feels like he can help out with my build. So we're gonna recruit Mainframe for 3. And oh, I like that card so much. Oh, I hate that card. It's gonna be disappearing. That card is so good. Tranquilizer Dart is so good. It basically lets you flip all the Cobra commanders, Cobra officers, and flip them face down, so they are no longer active. But man, this is gonna hurt. All right, so I spent all these cards are gonna be there. I'm done. We're gonna draw. Oh well, before we do end of each player's turn, so end of turn effects. So that's going to happen first. So Tranquilizer Dart is going to be thrown into the garbage, which is very sad. And now we're going to draw our cards. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Okay, so we're done. And now we are over to this side's turn. They can't really do anything as far as fighting goes, so they're gonna go ahead and just spend it all. So they got, oh, actually, we're gonna use a hacking gear. Hacking gear. It says roll 2 dice for each hit rolled. Just draw 1 card, which is nice. So we're gonna roll 2 dice. Bring my rolling over here. Oh, nice. We get to draw 2 cards. Heck yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it. So roll 2 dice for each hit roll, draw 1 card. So we get to draw this card and this card. Nice. It didn't give us much. They gave us something. So we're gonna, let's see, we got $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 out of that. I really want to get that mission gone. That mission's really killer. And that's going to be Marksman and Martial Arts. All right, we're going to spend the 5. Clearly, we're going to spend the 5 on Deep 6 here. Deep 6 does not have the right skills, but he is going to give us $2 to spend later. And I'm going to hold on to, actually, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to one of these cards. I'll hold on to the mission one. Just put it right there. Oh, sorry. At the end of the first round, I should have done this. I forgot to do that. Oh, sorry. At the end of the first round, I should have gone up on the Cobra track, so I'm doing that now. Actually, I can just bring this over, can't I? There's a little bit of space there. No, I can't do that. Sorry, guys. I guess I could shrink the card more. Ugh, I don't want to shrink the card more. I feel like that's a good size for it. I guess it's still readable, but... All right, there we go. And we'll shift this over a little bit. So I want you all to be able to see everything that you need to see at the same time. Okay, there we go. All right, so we recruited the guy, and oh no, Torpedo's gonna go. Boo. All right, we are gonna hold on to that card that I put over there. We're gonna throw these guys into the rubbish bin. And we're gonna kill Torpedo. Sad. It says the rightmost, right? Oh, wait. That's the leftmost. Oh wait, hold on. Rightmost would have been this guy. Whew. Okay, so I could have gotten Tranquilizer Dart. I'm just gonna shift these down. All right, I feel better about that. I feel much better about that. Oh man, I would have lost 8. That's too late. All right, I fixed my problem. All right, I feel better about that. It said rightmost and I did leftmost, so that's just on me for being bad at directions. Okay, from this point forward, I'll keep it in there, but because it benefits me, I'm keeping these 2 cards in, so you can't stop me. This will be... Beachhead would have gone over there. Okay, now we draw our 5. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get this card added. Threat track is going to go up 1. And now we're over to our first player's turn. So we got tech and stealth, which is not the right skills. I think we might just need to like brute force it at this point because I'm not seeing... Oh, we got martial arts. We got martial arts coming for Torpedo. Can I afford him? I can. So this is 2, 3, I have 5. So I'm going to hold on to Muskrat again. And we are going to... We're going to hire Torpedo. Now, one of the other problems with this first mission constantly burning a card is it's going to cause issues with actually, hold on, let me double check. It's supposed to be conveyors now. I should probably have known this already. I don't think it says. I hope it says. Yeah. After recruiting a card from the lineup, immediately replace it with the top card from the deck. So it doesn't say anything about conveyor. All right, cool. Good to know. Good to know. So no conveyor situation. We are going to lose our leftmost card, which is going to be Beachhead, and we're going to draw 5. Sorry, I said leftmost. I meant to say rightmost. Rightmost card. And that ends up with that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6. Okay. So now we're over here. Let's see. We could try to initiate a mission because the mission is marksman and martial arts. So we could initiate it. We got a marksman guy. Let's see. What do we have? We have 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not at 6 yet, but we got a good bit of money. We got $5, but we're going to initiate a mission. We're going to go ahead and do the group mission. So we're going to use the Vamp as our vehicle, and we're going to do Roadblock. He's going to go, and he's going to give me some good effects here. And, oh, perfect. Okay. Oh, no. They can only play this card if they're the active player. Okay. Hear me out. Here's what we're going to do. We're not going to go on the mission. What we're going to do instead is we're going to pull Roadblock to the side. For a turn, and we're gonna do 1, 2. We have $4 to spend, and we're gonna spend these $4. We're gonna spend these $4 to buy a card, and the card we're gonna buy is gonna be Rocket Launcher, because Rocket Launcher is gonna let me discard 1 complication attached to a story mission. So it's gonna be, we don't have to do that complication, which is gonna be great. Okay. Ooh, but expert training could have been nice. All right, too late. I've already decided. So these cards are all going to go to my discard. Not much happening here. And now we are going to burn this card and fill in a new card. And draw 5. And then we get this card back. And we're gonna bump this up. That track's moving up a lot. I don't like how much it's moving up, but we're gonna go back over here to the left-hand side. And now we're gonna initiate a mission because we have all of the stats that we need. So we're gonna initiate a mission. And before we do, we're gonna play Inspiration. Inspiration says each player who reveals a leader from their hand draws 1 card. So we both have a leader, so we're both gonna get to draw 1 card. Nice. And now that we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and start the mission. We're gonna do the Vamp, and we're gonna send in Don Marino. Nope, I lied. We're gonna send in Torpedo, who has martial arts. And we're gonna send in Muskrat, because his ability is annoying, but it's kind of cool. Roll 5 dice. For each 2 rolled, it's a +1 hit on the mission. So that's independent of my dice that I get. So it's pretty good. And then over here, we're gonna send Roadblock. And let's see, do we have 6? We do not. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, we have 6. Oh man, we have 6 if we don't send Roadblock. Can I get him back? All right, we're not sending Roblox because we can upgrade Roblox. Well, man, sorry. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have $8. So we're gonna commit 1 regular Joe, and oh man, what is the story missions of 5? Ugh, jeez. I mean, it's gonna be a straight up 5, but how many dice am I getting? Let me figure that out first. So this is gonna be 3 because we have martial arts. And then Muskrat is gonna be 1 for himself. This guy's gonna be 1. So we're gonna have 5 dice and we need to get a 5 success. We're possibly gonna get 1 success from rolling the 5 dice it says there. So maybe we'll get another success. I'm gonna bring out my other dice. So these dice are from one of the other expansions for G.I. Joe the Deck Building game. They have the same faces, but I'll prove it here. So here's the dice that I'm using. As you can see, it has 3 hit faces, with one of those being a crit, and then 3 miss faces. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, couldn't see that. There you go. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, geez, 3. Anyway, and this other one has the same situation. It's just a different color because it's supposed to be for something else. So it has 1 crit, and then 2 other hits, so 3 hits total, and then 3 misses. 1 miss, 2 miss, 3 miss. I'm mostly showing this so you all will trust me when I say that I'm rolling these red dice for Muskrat's thing. They're the same dice. So I'm gonna roll these for his thing. I need to decide if I want to throw in another Joe, and if I do, who's throwing it in. Oh, I'm not gonna have enough money because if I play this, shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna be short again. All right, you know what? We're not sending this guy. He's gonna hang out. He's not gonna join. He's not gonna. He's gonna hang out because we want him to upgrade it. We're gonna deal with the complication. It's not gonna be great, but we're gonna deal with the complication. We're gonna send this regular Joe, and we're gonna send Don Moreno. It feels like a waste, but we're gonna send her, and that's gonna give me 1 and 1. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. All right, so I'm committing this. So now I commit this. Let me go ahead and reveal the complication because I have to deal with it because I don't have the rocket launcher. The complication says story mission. It says reroll 1 hit. And the name of the card was Don't Tell Me the Odds. It's a complication. There you go. So that's the story mission. So we need to re-roll 1 of our hits. So we need to roll our hits. So first and foremost, we're gonna roll Muskrat's roll 5 dice and see what they do. Try to figure out what to roll. Oh, this dice got stuck. There we go. All right, so wow, okay, he did really good. He got 2 hits. So 2 hits for us. Thank you, Muskrat. So we got 2 hits already. So this goes down from a 5 to a 3. So this is now a challenge 3. And now this is where if we roll our normal dice and 1 of our hits has to be re-rolled. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right, we're gonna re-roll this hit. That hurts. All right, we're gonna play second effort, which is gonna let us re-roll one die. Jeez, this game, I swear. Thank you. Oof, thank you. All right, give me heart attacks over here. Okay, so we succeeded in the mission. We did successfully beat the mission. So therefore, we're gonna get the victory side, which is reducing the threat track by 2. 1, 2. And that's it. We finished the mission. So it goes into our successful side, which is gonna be hard to see, but I'll put the successful face up and the failed face down. How about that? Successful side, so we succeeded that mission. And our next mission that's on deck is gonna be this mission. It's not available yet, but it's gonna be uncovering a spy in Washington, DC. It's gonna make things cost more money, and it's gonna give us that there. Okay, so we finished that mission. Now that we finished that mission, we're going to knock out this Joe. So this regular Joe, we're gonna throw him out. He's out of the game. And we have another Joe that can't really do anything. So this goes into the complication discard, which is important to keep track of that because like I mentioned before, we're gonna shuffle that into the level 2 one when we get to that part. And this vamp is gonna go back. And let's see, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have $6. All right, so I'm gonna spend this $6 and I'm gonna use it to upgrade Don Moreno. We're gonna do that right now. So we're gonna get the advanced one, and this one's gonna go out. And I have no more money. So therefore, I'm all done. I'm gonna take this card here. Oh no, I played this card already, didn't I? Yeah, I played this card already. Never mind. Yeah, I spent the regular Joe as well. All right, so everything goes into the discard then. We're gonna draw our cards. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Cards flying everywhere. Oh. 4 and 5. Now we're at the top of the round for the next person, and we are going to activate this mission. So this mission is now active. And this mission is uncover the spy in Washington, DC. So we got to uncover the spy in Washington, DC. So this one says a Cobra operative has infiltrated the US government and is trying to frame G.I. Joe for Cobra's actions. Who is really behind the deception? So we're gonna have one complication. Sorry, put that right there. One complication. And cards in the lineup have +1 to the cost. So this one is a stealth and tracker. I actually might be able to deal with that immediately because I have stealth and Don Moreno, and I think I have tracker. Oh, I do not have tracker. All right, well, never mind, I lied. Won't be able to deal with that immediately. But yeah, we're done with that. So now we're back over to here. So they're gonna go, and they have, they could go after the mission. It's gonna be silly, so we're not gonna do that. So instead, we're gonna upgrade Roadblock, because I think we have enough money to do so, and then also buy a card. So this is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have $8. Oh, okay. We're gonna play Hacking Gear. And it says roll dice. For each hit rolled, draw one card. Nice. For each hit rolled, draw one card. It says hit. It says hit. I rolled 2 crits. It says each hit, right? It doesn't say. Wow. Okay. So I draw 4 cards. So 1, 2. It's not my discard yet. 3, 4. That is ridiculous. Man, I didn't know that can go off like that. All right, so I've used that card. Well. Look at all these cards I have all of a sudden. I actually might be able to do the mission now. Because we got stealth over here. We got vehicles over, oh, I thought this was wild. Oh, if he's in an airplane, it's wild. Okay, I see. All right, let me recalibrate. Because I wasn't planning on Hacking Gear to, like, you know, hit as hard as it did. Boy, this is an opportunity. All right, we're gonna go ahead and invest in the future. It is really good for me to go for it now, but we're gonna invest in the future. So we're gonna try to upgrade Roadblock. So we're not gonna count him for our fighting or anything. So we're gonna put him down here like so. And we can start a mission. And if we do, we're going to have to rely heavily on Don Moreno. So we're gonna go ahead and initiate the mission here. We're gonna go for the story mission. We're not gonna be messing around here. We're gonna go for it. And we're gonna send Don Moreno from this side. And we are going to send 3 regular Joes here. And that should be 6 still, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna send those guys. And now we are going to start our mission. And before we do, at the top of the mission, we're gonna play this card. This card says discard 1 complication attached to the story mission. So we're gonna play that. And that's gonna allow us to discard this without having to deal with it. And that was gonna be, oh, we got company. That was gonna be great. I hate that card. We got company brings in, it basically brings in a battalion and then you draw another card. So it's just kind of, you draw more cards. Okay, so that card's gone. So now we're just doing a straight up roll of doing 1, 2, 3, and then 3 for the martial art match. Oh, stealth match. Sorry, 3 for the stealth match. And then 1 wild skill for each Cobra officer in play. If none, draw 2 cards and discard 1 of them. I should have looked at it last time. So draw 2 cards and discard 1 of them. Shoot. Our next mission is going to need any 1 skill. But it's going to bring Dr. Mindbender into play, which I don't like that. Okay, so we are, I know Dr. Mindbender is a tech guy. So the question is, do I want to re-roll for this round? Or do I want to have a good, you know what, I'm going to go for the re-roll for this round. I don't want to fail this mission. Because failure on this one is going to add 1 face down complication to the next story mission and also increase our threat. So I don't want to do that. So we're gonna play safe. We're gonna go ahead and get our dice tower here. We're gonna roll these 6 die. And we got 1 re-roll if we need it. Whew, okay. We did it. We did it. All right, so we got ourselves 4 hits. We needed 4 hits. So we successfully defeated this mission. And that's going to be it for that one. So we get the successful side, which is remove Baroness from the game. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. From the game. I don't like Baroness. So here's Baroness. And just look at her. Look at the past. That's right. Look at the past. One last look at the past and then say bye-bye. All right. So she's out of the game. Nice. I like that. All right. That was a great card to win on. So Baroness is out of the game, and we get to drop the threat track by 2. We cannot go any lower, so we're good. And that's it. So we finish this mission on the success side. Man, I feel good about that one. And our next mission is going to be coming up here in a brief second. It's going to be No Joes. So this one's going to have us place Dr. Mindbender to play, and then up the Cobra track faster. So that's not going to be great. Okay. Man, Roadblock, you did a great job. All right, so now that we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and knock out these 3. So these are all gonna be retired. Don Moreno is gonna go into the discard, unfortunately. So we're not gonna have a ton of power here on this player side. But you know what? We're fighting half the battle, only half the battle, and knowing is half the battle that we're fighting. Go Joe! All right. I don't have anything else I can play here, so we are going to just go and upgrade Roadblock. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have $8, so we're going to spend 6 of those $8 to upgrade Roadblock. So he's now upgraded to his better side. Is this my deck or discard? I think it's my deck. Okay, and we got $2 left. So we are going to get the proximity mine, and that is that. All right. Man, that hacking gear did really good. Holy crap. I can't believe it fired off the way it fired off. We used all the money, so all this goes in discard. I'm gonna put this one to the side, just to like get it out of the way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it comes back into my hand. All right, end of round. We draw this, and now we're at the top. End of round. That goes up, and now we're at the top of the round. So this No Joe's is going to be active. So I'm going to put this card over here for a second, and this is the next one that we have on deck. So we have Analyze the Blueprints. You can see it there, and that's going to be Chapter 2. That's going to be Act 2. So this is the last one for Act 1. So this is the gold Act 1. This is the climax for Act 1. So with the climax for Act 1, we're going to act out. That's right, we're going to try to beat some Cobra butt with our fist. Oh, we have one complication added. Sorry, forgot to do that. There we go. One complication's been added, and we're not really doing too much here. Oh, Dr. Mindbender gets put into play. Bring him into play. Here is Dr. Mindbender. And Dr. Mindbender, he says, at the start of the group mission, discard the top card of the main deck. If it is a Joe, then this mission has +2 difficulty. So that's for any group mission, so that's not great. But he's going to be out here doing his thing. Like so. And we are definitely not going to be taking him on. So we're just going to do a simple purchasing phase here. A simple purchasing phase. And that is going to be $3 that we have to spend. We're going to hold on to the reroll card for the next round. But we're going to spend these $3 and we're going to get, let's see, we need tech for that guy. Ripcord is pretty nice. Ripcord is, he gives me 2 wilds, which I like. So I'm going to take Ripcord. And sorry, I'm trying to change the music here. 1 second. One moment. Okay, so we got Ripcord. 3, 3, 6. Okay. And that's it for our turn. We are feeling pretty okay. It's at the end of each round. It's at the end of each round for this card, so. There's our 5. Now we're back over to here. Can we take out that mission? This is any one skill. Dr. Mindbender is going to just make things a little bit more annoying for us to deal with, but he's not making it impossible to deal with, so it's not bad. So this is possibly a 5. Oh, okay. Actually, we don't have to fight Dr. Mindbender, because if we take on the mission has a complication involved, so I guess it's not great. But the mission will essentially just be a 5. So we need to do a 5. So we have any one skill. Let's see. I got recon and vehicles over here, and marksman and explosives. We got stealth and wild. I think we can still do it. We'll still do it. Yeah. So I'll send 2 of my guys. And you can send 2 of your guys. Because we gotta reroll. We have 2 rerolls. Alright, so we're gonna send I have no matching ones, but that's okay. We'll send a regular Joe. Okay. So we're gonna initiate the mission on this side, and we're gonna send Roadblock. And we're going to send Roadblock on the initiating side, and we're going to send Muskrat, Ripcord, and just a regular Joe here on the ally side. And we got a complication here. So the proximity mine is an item, is a gear that we can play, and we have to play it. When we do, it says discard 1 reveal complication, draw another complication, and resolve it immediately. So essentially, I need to play it if I want the extra wild and the card draw from Roblox. So I feel like, yeah, we're gonna, it says discard. Yeah, discard one revealed, so it's not eliminate. So we're gonna do the mission. This one's going to increase the thing by 1. That's not bad. Also, we're gonna have this one at the start of a group mission, which we're at. We're gonna do this, so we're gonna reveal that. It is a Joe, so this is gonna be a mission 5 instead of a mission 3, which is not great. The Cobra track is gonna go up by 1 because of that card, that complication. We are, I feel like I should just let it go. Like having 1 extra wild would be really nice, and drawing a card, but yeah, we're just gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go through. We're not gonna gear up on this one, which is unfortunate. All right, so for dice, I didn't do this before, but for dice we get 2 there, 1 there, 1 there, and Roblox is gonna give us 3 because we're declaring this to be marksman for this one because it says any 1 skill. So we're just gonna do, or sorry, yeah, any 1 skill. We're declaring it to be marksman, and then Muskrat's ability is I get to roll 5 dice. If I get a crit, it's an auto hit on the mission. 2 crits again. Okay, cool. All right, Muskrat, you holding your weight. You pulling your weight. So we got 2 auto hits. We got 2 auto hits on the mission. Thank you, Muskrat. And now we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll this. So we're rolling, what is it, 7 dice? 7 dice. All right, we only needed 3 hits. So we got more than enough hits. So we do successfully defeat the No Joes. And we do get to this side. It says target player. So we get to choose who gets it. Target player draws 2 cards. So we're gonna choose, the left-hand player to draw 2 cards, because they're gonna lose all 3 of these guys. And this Joe is gonna be eliminated. Target player draws 2 cards and then return Dr. Mindbender to the officer stack. So he gets to go back over there. We don't care about him anymore. And we're done with this mission. And now that we're done with that, that is going to be the last of Act 1. And then we're gonna bring out this stack here. We're gonna put that right there. And that's gonna be on deck. So now we're done with that. That was this side, so we're gonna return the vamp. There's nothing else for us to fight right now. So we are going to purchase things. So we had the proximity mine that we didn't use. We haven't used Deep 6 either. What's this mission coming up? This is a tech and stealth. No use in holding on to it. So 2, 4, 6, $6. So with our $6, we will get yeah, we'll get recovery signal. That's gonna be a good one. Recovery signal says each during a mission, after you finish or after you play it during a mission, each player returns 1 of their Joes on this mission to their hand, which is pretty nice, and it costs 3. So we spend 3. Oh, actually, nope, I lied. Hold on. We need tranquilizer dart. Well, I guess we don't need it. We want it. Yeah, we'll take this one. So 3, and then we'll get Jinx. Jinx is martial artist. 4 martial arts. If Jinx defeats a story mission, return her to your hand. Nice. So you can use her again. All right, she was 3, right? Yeah. So we spent $6. Everything's spent. We're going to hold over this reroll card, and everything else is going to go into our garbage. Then we're going to, nothing else triggers, we're going to draw 2. I've been getting pretty lucky on my dice rolls. I'm hopeful that my luck will hold out. We got a few more missions to go, you know? So there we go, got our 5. All right, so we got all of our cards. And now we're at the end of the round. So at the end of the round, we are going to do this bumping up. That's all that happens. Now that we're done that, we're going to be at the top of the round. So this card is going to come into play, which is analyze the blueprints. So it says, luckily, Dr. Mindbender's mind control device is not fully operational. Deciphering these schematics would reveal a weakness. So it's going to bring in one complication. Oh, actually, before we do, we need to shuffle. So all these level 1 complications are going to go out of the game, now that I know the rules. And all these 3 complications that we have from before, we're going to take these and shuffle these with the level 2 complications right here. These are level 2. Sorry. These are level 2 complications. And we're going to shuffle those in with the ones that we discarded from the last round, which is why I didn't want to play that gear, because it's going to cause me to throw an extra complication in there. Which actually, in hindsight, I probably should have done, because then I have less bad, really bad complications. Man, you know what? Shoot, I should have done that. All right. Can't win them all. Can't win them all, y'all. All right, so we got our new complication stack, and we're going to get a complication added right there. Let's get this consistent. And this one says it's going to have one complication, and at the start of each player's turn, add 1 Cobra Battalion to the lineup. If it's in green, and then at the start of each player's turn, draw 1 complication. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Is that if it's in green? Wait, hold on. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, these symbols correspond to the colors on the threat meter. If a card has a color box preceding its game text, check whether the threat meter markers or threat meter is. If it's in that color zone, the text resolves. Otherwise, ignore it. Wow. Okay. All right. So we're gonna, at the start of each player's turn, draw 1 complication, because we've been doing a good job of keeping the threat meter low. So the game is ramping up on us. That's not great. So let me do the turn sequence in order. Turn sequence in order is refill the story mission, if there isn't one, then do mission effects, then Cobra effects, then Joe effects. So what that means is that would trigger right now. So we're gonna add 1 complication just because. And that is outstanding. Also, we're going to add a Cobra Battalion. Our first Cobra Battalion to deal with. And yeah, that card is quite awful. So that's the active one. Here's the one that's going to be on deck here. This is the on deck one, which is Save the Prime Minister. So we're going to do all this stuff for this next one. Oh, and that one has any 1 skill, but it's a 5. And there's some complication stuff going on that I don't like too much. But them's the cards. Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. All right, continuing on. So we want to do that mission as soon as possible then, because I don't like what it's doing to our situation. It's a 5 tech and stealth. We have stealth and martial arts and vehicle, so we don't have the right stuff. And this one's for C vehicles. There's a C vehicle. Okay, so we got a problem. We got a lot of problems here. Yeah, we got a billion problems. A billion trillion problems, y'all. So the billion trillion problems is that if I hold on to Torpedo, then I have an opportunity to kind of do some cool stuff, because he has the right stuff. He has the stealth. If I send Torpedo on a vehicle, a water vehicle, an amphibious vehicle, which this one is, it has a symbol, it matches, then each player on this mission may reveal the top card of their deck and add it to the mission if able. So it gives me a good effect. The reason why is because Torpedo's effect, his Torpedo's effect is really good. If a sea transport is used this mission, +2 wild. So that would give me 5 for him alone. I think the correct thing to do, I don't like it, but the correct thing to do is to hold on. Well, and see, that's the problem because I need to buy the vehicle first. So we're gonna have to wait a whole cycle. We're gonna have so many complications to deal with. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like this. I mean, we got a rocket launcher, so we can discard one of the complications that are attached to the mission. All right. I hate it, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I hate it because we're gonna have so many complications to deal with, and this is gonna be stressful. So we're gonna hold on to torpedo, and we are going to take our $3, and we're gonna spend. Actually, we're gonna hold on to torpedo. We're gonna send this regular Joe to try to fight the Cobra Battalion. I don't have any hope for him. We're gonna use the vamp, of course. I need a double, and I got a miss, so he fails. I can re-roll. I'm gonna go ahead and spin the re-roll because I'm not gonna be able to keep it anyway. So we're gonna re-roll that die. We got a single, we need a double, so we failed. Okay. And that's it. I got $3. I'll spend the $3 on, let's see, he's explosives, and explosives. If this mission fails, you may defeat one Cobra Battalion in the lineup. This one is double the effect of the next gear. Oh, yeah, we're putting him on top. Heck yeah, we want him. He's our guy. He's our guy. All right, we're done. So now we're gonna draw our 5. Well, is that the end? At the start. Okay. So 1. Two, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got a good hand here. We got 2 stealth now. Heck yeah. All right, so we're definitely, we can take on the mission if we want to. At the start of the round, or at the start of the turn, we're gonna add a complication because we're in the green still, and we're gonna add a Cobra Battalion. All right, and we're back over to this side. So I think we're gonna initiate the mission because we got a really good hand over here. So we got a stealth from Muskrat, which is gonna be useful. We got torpedo with the stealth, and then we got Zap, who can double the effect of a gear, which can double the effect of this gear, which is discard 2 complications essentially attached to the story mission. And that will be really great. So we're gonna initiate the fight. We're gonna send Ace, who gives us, oh, it's +1 watt if he's an airplane, never mind. We're gonna send Jinx, because Jinx, if Jinx defeats a story mission, return her to your hand, which is gonna be really nice. Alternatively, we could also use a recovery signal here. It says each player returns one of their Joes on this mission to their hand. Nah, it's fine. It's not that complicated. All right, so we're gonna send Jinx, and she's gonna take the vamp. She's gonna say, "Come on, comrades, let's go kick butt." And we say, "Yeah, go Joe." And we're gonna send Zap, Muskrat, and Torpedo. So we're gonna get 3 dice from Torpedo, 3 dice from Muskrat. We're gonna get 1 die from Zap, and where's my other dice? Oh, that's all of them. Sorry, we're gonna get 1 die for Jinx. Because our keywords are tech and stealth, and the only people with stealth are Muskrat and Torpedo. All right. So now that we've established that, we are going to, we committed this. So we're going to first do the complications. So we're going to see what the complications are. So the first complication is going to be a precision strike. The next complication is going to be another precision strike. And the third complication is going to be a story mission +1 difficulty, immediately draw and resolve another complication. All right, so we're going to activate the rocket launcher. So we're going to activate the rocket launcher, which is a gear. And because we're doing a gear, Zap's ability here says double the effect of the next gear that is played this turn. So that is a gear that's being played this turn. So this is 2 instead of 1. So we get to basically cancel 2 of these, and we're going to cancel that one for sure. So that goes into our discard. Sure, we'll put it right there. So that's our discarded complication. And then we're going to throw one of these other ones away. Let's see, what do we got? We got a explosives or vehicle, and then we got a tracker. I think we'll keep the, well, it says at the end of your turn, fail the current mission, story mission, and discard this card. I mean, it's bad, but it's not awful. This one's a little more annoying. Yeah, we'll take this one, and we will assign this one to the, well, shoot. Okay, fine. We'll take this. Well, gosh. See, taking this one doesn't do much for me, though. What was this one again? Tracker? I have no tracker. All right, we will assign this one to over here. So it's gonna be their side mission to deal with. It's risky. Trying to think here. I mean, they have a reroll, and we have a reroll. So okay. All right, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna assign search and rescue to this side. And because they're going to get Jinx back because of recovery signal, and they're going to have Ace to send to it. So they're going to send Ace and Jinx. Actually, it's going to be 2. Shoot. Boy, it's just a hard decision. The other one that we can get is this Fang Squadron, which is just going to increase a thing. It's explosives or vehicles. We know that we have explosives over here. Oh, we know that we have explosives over here. Actually, yeah, sorry, I didn't see those explosives over. I lied. We're going to assign this one, so we're going to throw this one in the garbage. Okay, cool. And this is the side mission. We're going to do precision strike over here for this guy. They'll deal with that later. But for right now, we're going to go with our rolls. So first and foremost, now that we got the complications out of the way, Muskrat is going to roll his 5 dice. Any crits will give us an auto hit. Man, he's just rolling all kinds of crits. Just one crit. So we will get ourselves 1 auto hit. And now we have to roll the rest of these die to get 4 hits to win this mission. All right, we got all the hits we could ever want. So we got every hit that we need, which is pretty good. We also had a reroll, or 2 rerolls we could have used, but we didn't need to. So that's pretty good. So we have successfully finished that mission. We are going to play recovery signal, and recovery signal is going to allow us to have each player. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, allow each player to return one of the Joes on this mission to their hand. So we're going to return Jinx. So Jinx is going to be available to go again, and we're going to return Zap. So Zap's going to go fight that down there. Everybody else is going to go back into the trash. Thank you, Muskrat. You did a good job. You're doing great, bro. And now we resolve the story over here. So it says we down the track over here, the threat track, and then target player may gain any 1 gear in the lineup. Okay. Clearly, we're going to target player. We're going to select this player over here, and they're going to get this scuba gear. And scuba gear says target player draws 2 cards. Target player draws 3 cards instead if it's on a boat, if we're on a boat. All right, we still got to do, oh, Tunnel Rat, that's his name. Tunnel Rat was the guy I was thinking of. We still got to deal with these 2. So that's what we got to figure out here. All right, so that is cool. We finished the mission successfully. We get this silly mission out of here, and that goes into our success pile. And here's the next mission that's on deck. It's not active yet, but it'll be on deck. It'll be available soon. Coming soon to a deck building game near you. Continuing on over here though, we have Ace available and Jinx available to do stuff. These cards have been played. So we are gonna have Jinx alone go after a Cobra Battalion. She's gonna take the Vamp. So we're rolling 4 dice for her. So she successfully takes out the Cobra Battalion. I didn't declare which one, so I'm just gonna go in order from newest to oldest. And then we're gonna have Ace go after, so she's now exhausted or spent. We're gonna have Ace go after the other Cobra Battalion. He's gonna roll 2 dice. We need 2 hits. We got no hits. We can do a reroll. I think I'm gonna hold on to the reroll. I'm not gonna use it. So we're gonna hold on to the reroll, and that's it. So that guy stays there. What was this? Oh, it's a tranquilizer dart. That's the one I wanted, right? Anyway, so how much money do we have? We have 2, 4, $6. So we will get Tunnel Rat for sure. Actually, we will get the Killer Whale because we keep talking about how having the water vehicle would be so good, but we keep not having it. All right, and that's it. We're done with the round, or we're done with that turn. We're gonna draw our 5. And this goes there. Oh, man, I just realized I didn't explain what happens to vehicles in the how to play. Essentially, this is super late, but essentially if you have a vehicle that doesn't have the special text, it goes into your discard of the person who's the active player, and then when it's drawn again during their turn, they'll be able to put it back into the hangar. The rulebook will tell you, I'm sorry. Man, it's so far gone. All right, so we got our new cards. We're at the end of the round, so we're gonna bump this up by 1. Cool. And now we are going to activate this mission. So this mission is Save the Prime Minister. So it's a story mission, group mission. Cobra's master plans hinge on taking control of key politicians across the globe. Can the Joes protect the British Prime Minister before the World Summit? So this one's gonna have X number of complications. And it says add 1 complication to this mission for each success, for each mission in the success pile at the end of each player's turn. Oh, sorry, that's 2 different sentences. And then at the end of each player's turn, gain 1 Cobra Trooper. Oh gosh, gross. So we've been 2 successful. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So we're adding 4 complications to this. It's not great. Not great at all. I don't like that. I don't like anything about that. And then it says at the end of each player's turn, do that. All right, so it's a 5 of any one skill. We got a billion complications here. We are going to also show our next mission, which is going to be the climax for Act 2, which is prevent the Cobra attack at Big Ben. There's going to be explosives and vehicles. And we're going to have Zartan. Oh, I don't like Zartan. We're going to have Zartan in play. Gross. 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 Alright. So we gotta save the Prime Minister. So now we're back over here. Continuing on. That one's any one skill. All right, so oh man, I gotta be on the mission first, don't I? Shoot. All right, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it here. So I say we're gonna risk it because we're gonna send Zap after this mission here, and we're gonna send Zap after this mission, and we're gonna use the Vamp, of course. And Zap's ability says double the effect of the next gear played this turn. So we're going to go on this side mission and we're going to activate Scuba Gear. And Scuba Gear says target player draws 2 cards. And because it's Zap, we get to double it. So that's going to be 4 cards. Target player draws 4 cards. It says double the effect. So once it's double the effect, does it mean it gets triggered twice? I'm going to read that as target player gets to draw 4 cards. That's what I'm going to read that as. All right, so target player gets to draw 4 cards. So we are going to choose ourself, because that's a lot of cards. I feel like we should have some good stuff in our deck. And that'll allow us to see if we can go and maybe do the explosive. Actually, hold on. Yeah, that'll let us see if we can go do the mission with any one skill. So 4 cards. 1, 2, 3. Boo. Oh, nice. We got Dawn. Cool. Cool. All right. We got a whole bunch of stuff that's not stuffing. All right, so that card's been played, and now we're gonna roll 3 dice, and we need 3 successes. We have 1 re-roll. Oh, I rolled 4 dice, I'm sorry. Hold on, I have to re-roll that. Shoot, I like that roll though. All right, I'm gonna roll the, man, I feel bad about that. All right, I'm gonna roll 3 dice, and I need 3 successes. All right, honesty pays off. There you go. All right, so we got ourselves through our hits. We did successfully knock out this side mission, this complication. So it goes over there, and this goes back, and he's now expended. We have some good cards here. We got Ripcord, so we can initiate with Ripcord on the story mission. Just go ahead and take that out, get that knocked away. Get that bad boy purring out in the dead direction. Trying to think of who I want to send. Okay, so we're gonna use the vamp. Yeah, we're definitely gonna use the vamp here. And I'm not gonna make the same mistake. I'm gonna send Roblox and this regular Joe. So we're using the vamp. We're sending Roblox and the regular Joe, and we're sending Ripcord and the regular Joe. So Dawn is gonna hang out in the back here. I don't have anything I can play right now. So we're good with that. So we're gonna get our dice. So we're going after the story mission. And we are going to be activating the proximity mine this time. But we got 4 complications. So we're declaring, oh actually, let me see how many dice I'm getting first. We're declaring that we're sending a Ripcord, and we're sending a regular Joe. And we're declaring this to be explosives. I guess it doesn't matter. So 3, and then 1, and then we are going to be playing a gear. So that's going to give us a wild and to draw a card. I'm not going to draw the card yet. Because I want to see what the complications are first. So we're going to get ourselves Destro appears. Put Destro into play. Then we get a precision strike with martial arts and marksman. Then we get another precision strike, and then we get complication, just up 1 on the danger track. So I think I'm going to activate proximity mine on Destro appears. So we're going to discard that one and draw another one. So we don't want Destro to appear because I don't like him. And the one that we're going to draw instead is going to be this one. It says each player shuffles 1 Cobra Trooper into their deck. That's not awful. I don't like it, but it's not awful. All right. So that is, I'll put this aside for a second. So we get 1, it says shuffle 1 Cobra Trooper into their deck. Is that the word it said? Yeah, shuffle into your deck. Okay. I feel like I'm making good speed. And I usually play like a half game. So, short game, I mean. Okay, so it's been shuffled, and the rest of these, we are going to bump up the Cobra track by 1, which is not great. We are going to decide who's getting the precision strikes. So we got a precision strike from martial arts or marksman. The active players over here. I think we want to send... Yeah, we want to send this martial arts one over here. And then we can send this recon one over here. Because we have Deep 6 can take out that one possibly. It says, at the end of your next turn, fail the current story mission and discard this card. And so it's at the end of the turn, up 1 on the thing. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay. All right, so we got those established. Now we're gonna go ahead and roll our dice. We have no special dice rolls at the beginning of things. Oh, Roadblock we did play a gear, so Roadblock does get to trigger his thing here. So therefore we get to draw a card as well, and it gives us a thing to drop a thing for the side missions. It's not going to help us out a ton. It'll help us out later, but not right now. Okay. All right. So now that that's all done, we are going to go ahead and roll our dice. So we got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice. Where's the other one? Wait. Missing a die? Oh, found it. All right, so we're rolling 8 die. We need 5 successes. Oh man, it's not looking good. Oof, that's looking awful. All right, we're definitely gonna re-roll. So we're gonna spin this to re-roll. 1, and we got another re-roll on the other side. Okay, and we're gonna spin this to re-roll over here, and we need a double. Oof. This is not looking good. It's bound to happen. Miss. All right, so we've failed this mission. So wow, that's not great. Okay, so we failed the mission. I have nothing else I can do, can I? Yep, nothing special. It's just a simple failure over here. Don't mind me, just falling on my butt over here. All right, so they fail. Thanks, guys. And we get the fail side of this, so we have to increase the track by 1, which is not great, and then put Major Blood into play, which is also not great. I don't like him either. Major Blood. What Major Blood does is at the start of each player's turn, place 1 Cobra Battalion onto the uncovered card in the lineup with a cost of 5 or higher. So he's another guy I gotta fight. All right, but this is failed, so it's gonna go to our failure side, our first failure. I feel bad. Sorry, I failed you guys. I'm sorry. But that wasn't the climax, which is okay. And our next mission that's gonna be coming up at the end of this turn here is gonna be this one, which is gonna bring Zartan into play. So we might wanna try to get Major Blood gone while we can. So we are going to go ahead and continue our turn. So we're going to use Dawn Moreno to try to go against Overwhelming Force. And we're going to send a GI with her. And this is going to be a side mission. And we're going to use the Vamp, of course. And Dawn Moreno says 1 wild for each Cobra officer in play. If none, draw 2 cards and discard 1 of them. So we get 1 wild, so we get 1 extra die. So she's giving me 3 because she matches with martial arts, and the regular Joe's giving me 1. She's giving me 1 extra. I have no re-rolls because I already spent them, so I just need to straight up roll, and this will get them to stop bumping the Cobra track, the threat track. So 5 rolls. We need 3 successes. All right, we got it. So we got our success. We do successfully defeat the Overwhelming Force. And that is it for that one. The Vamp goes back. And these guys are all spent. Now I get to spend a major amount of money. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 3. So I have $9. Wow. $9. See, we need marksman and vehicles, and we need vehicles. Okay, so we're gonna get Cutter. It's gonna be $5 left. I feel like we should take Tunnel Rat, but I don't want him right now. We're gonna take a You Called for backup, and we're gonna let the $1 go to waste. All right, that's all done. We are all successfully done on that one. That was a lot of stuff there. And Major Blood, what do you do? At the start of each player's turn, place 1 Cobra Battalion on a card that costs 5 or more. Alright. Well, that's gonna be painful. So we played all this, and we are... Oh, actually, I'm gonna play comms, and I'm gonna discard Tunnel Rat. There. Oh no! Hawk! Hawk! Jeez, why didn't you show up before when I had $9? Jerk. Alright, well, we're gonna put this aside then, and we're gonna draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so at the start of each player's turn, we're gonna put this over there. So we're gonna put this... Oh wait, sorry, hold on, we gotta do this in order. So this mission will now become live. It will be live. Place Zartan into play. Zartan cannot be defeated until this mission is complete. So Zartan's come into play. He cannot be defeated until the mission is complete. At the end of each round, we boost it up by 1 again. And Zartan, the jerk, it says, to defeat the story mission, you must match the difficulty exactly, which is not great. So Major Blood and Zartan are just not a good combination here. They're just gonna really wreck my stuff. So this one's this is our mission that we're doing. The one that's on deck, the one that's coming up, is gonna be this one. Sabotage the space station. It's gonna be pretty hard here, but we're gonna try to progress through. This one's gonna bring in 1 complication as well. So we get 1 complication. Right there. So now we got 2 of these jerks. 2 of these cockle jerks. Alright, so we're done with this turn. Now we're gonna go over here. We added Battalion because of Major Blood. And then, yeah, I cannot defeat Zartan until that one. So I need Tranquil Dart. I need Tranquil Dart now. I need the Tranquil Dart. It needs to be available for me. So we also need to deal with this mission on the side, which if we don't finish it by the end of my next turn, this will fail. So this is going to be, we're going to play our hacking gear, of course. So we're going to play our hacking gear. Wait, why are these guys up here? Like this. I didn't play them, did I? I did play them, and they failed the mission. Yeah, these guys are in a discard. Oh, man. Shoot. Well, we're definitely going to play the hacking gear, and we get to roll 2 dice. For each hit, we draw 1 card. 2 hits, 2 cards. I'll take it. I'll take anything I can get. So we get a regular Joe and another regular Joe. All right. Well, this is going to be great. So my goal is to try to get tracking darts, or a tranquilizer dart. I keep calling it tracking dart, but tranquilizer dart, because that'll allow me to like get both of these guys to like chill and like be quiet. And we also need to worry about dropping this. So we're gonna wait. Didn't I finished the side mission? Sorry. This is a card that I held on to for last round. Because I didn't play it, but I finished the side mission, which was the Precision Strike. So this card was played to drop this by 1. I totally should have done that because I had the opportunity to do it again. And we're gonna send Deep 6 after the Moray Sea Assault. Actually, we're gonna send Deep 6 and it's kind of important that we take care of that, but we don't need to take care of it right this second though. What I'm more worried about is Major Blood, because like Major Blood, well actually Major Blood's not going to do anything unless we keep buying cards. So I guess as long as we don't buy any, well, no, hold on. What's the order of operations here? What can you do? You got vehicles, and if you reveal a leader, then you get a card, and then add 1 Joe from your hand to your teammate's side mission during this turn. At the end of the mission, return this card to your hand. So that could be really good. I mean, it's not good circumstances that I have them in, but it's good. Shoot. See, I think I'm gonna ignore Moray Sea Assault. I feel like this is a bad idea, but I'm gonna ignore it for now. And what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna use Deep 6, and we're gonna go against Oh no, but he's only a side guy though. Shoot. Because we needed an exact match. It says to defeat the story mission, you must match the difficulty exactly. So I think while the opportunity looks great, I think I need to go ahead and take out this card so I can have a little bit more time and then try to take out Major Blood afterwards. Because Major Blood is going to cause a lot of problems. So I'm going to send Deep Six and this Joe along over there. And we're going to try to take out this. And this is going to be 4 dice. We need a 3. We need 3 to hit. The vehicle that we're going to use is we're going to go ahead and just kind of... we're going to go ahead and use the Killer Whale. So the Killer Whale is a vehicle that gives me +2 marksman, which I don't need, but the effect is what I want. Each player on this mission may reveal the top card of their deck and add it to this mission if able. And the reason why is because Deep Six has an ability of +2 wild skills if he's on a boat. So we're going to send a boat. We're going to go to the boat. We're doing a boat. And we're using the Killer Whale. It can fit 4 people. It's a side mission. We're just going to send these 2 because I have an idea that I'm going to try to use him to initiate a fight with Major Blood, and then we can send these guys over there, and that can help out. And then we can also you called for backup. We can also use you call for backup, which will allow me to add 1 Joe from my side to my teammate's side mission during their turn. At the end of the mission, return this card to my hand. It's so weird. It says play during a mission, but it says add 1 Joe from your hand to a teammate's side mission during their turn. So it's very specific text there for triggering. So we're going to go ahead and do this. This is going to give us 3 dice for him, and then +2 more because we're on a water vehicle, and then +1 for this. And then the water vehicle also says each player on this mission may reveal a top card of their deck and add it to this mission if they're able. I cannot add it to my deck, but it's something I know. It's a Cobra Trooper coming up. It says reveal. It says reveal the top card of the deck and add it to the mission. I'm not able to add it to the mission, so I can't. So therefore, I'm rolling these 6 dice, and I need 3 hits. All right, I got my 3 hits, just barely. So we do successfully defeat the Moray Sea Assault. So it does go back into the complication stack. We are going to play our diffuse, which is going to allow us to reduce the track because we finished the side mission. These cards have been very important. This is going to go into our discard because we have finished using it. It does not return automatically. And he's used. We're going to knock out this Joe. And we got 1 Joe left. And let's see. Did I use another card here? No? Okay. No, I didn't. We got 1 Joe left, and we could initiate on Major Blood. He's a group mission. So I think initiating on Major Blood would be good. So we're gonna do that, and is that gonna put me in a bad spot? Not really. Yeah, it's not really gonna put me in a bad spot. So we're gonna initiate on Major Blood. We're gonna send the Vamp. It's gonna be marksman and vehicles. So we're gonna send Cutter. And it says Cutter, if Cutter starts a side mission, no, it doesn't happen. So we're gonna send just a regular Joe, and we're gonna send everybody because we really want Major Blood gone. So it's gonna give us 3 for here, and then 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. So we're rolling 1, 4, 5, 6. We're rolling 6 dice to try to take out Major Blood. And then we cannot defeat Zartan with this mission, so I can't defeat him. But this will hopefully stop the Cobra Italian from showing up. All right, we got it, just barely. We got it just barely. So Major Blood is now defeated. So he goes back into his stack of sadness. And now we got Zartan still there, just causing problems, but we can't touch Zartan because of the mission. So these Joes, Cutter will go into the discard. These 2 Joes, regular Joes, will go out of the game. This Joe will go out of the game as well kind of get my deck nice and efficient here. And then we have $3, and we'll use $3 to get Lightfoot. And that's it. So a very extensive turn, I know, but that's the kind of game we gotta play. Is doing this Joe nonsense. These guys are really trying to mess us up. All right, so we're at the end of the turn, so we're gonna draw the Trooper and Lightfoot. Zartan, what a jerk. What a jerk, Zartan. Come on, Zartan, I thought we were friends. It's not true. Never thought we were friends. 1, 2, 3. So we will get the Killer Whale back here in a second, but not right now. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. All right, so we're at the end of the round. End of the round, we are going to do +1, +1. So we're gonna go up 2, 1, 2, and that's it. So that is all done. Major Blow's not doing anything anymore, so haha. So now we will continue with our turns. On my turn, wow, I have no cards. Well, I guess all I'm doing is I'm just gonna spend all $4. I'm gonna spend all $4, and we are gonna get. Let's see, we need explosives and vehicles. We're gonna get Shipwreck for 2. No, I kind of want to get bigger stuff. We're gonna get Airborne for 4. Okay. All right, so we're spent both of those. Now we draw 1, 2, 3. There's that Cobra Trooper. Spirit and Freedom. Four, 5. All right. Okay. Now we're over to here. So we don't really have much we can do. We got a Cobra Trooper. It's kind of, oh, we add this vehicle back to the hangar. But we got a Cobra Trooper. I don't know if I want to take him out. I kind of want to, let's see, can we go for the story mission? We need explosives and vehicles. We got 3 explosives. All right, well, first we're going to do Hacking Gear. So we're going to play Hacking Gear. We're going to roll our 2 dice. For every hit, we get to draw a card. That's cocked, but we got a single hit so far. Yep, that's good. So we got 1 card that we're drawing. And it is the one for side mission things, which is cool because we can actually knock that down and help us out a little bit. Okay. What is a failure for this one? Oh man, the failure for this one is draw 1 complication. This mission remains in play. Wow. So you won't be able to move. You're soft locked until you do it. That is outstanding. Cool game. All right, so we're gonna just go against. I mean, I think I really want that Tranquil Dart. Yeah, we're gonna ignore the Cobra Commander. We're gonna take Lightfoot and go against the Cobra Battalion. Jeez, this is difficult. Yeah, we're gonna go against the Cobra Battalion, and we're gonna roll 3. We're not gonna send anything special. It's a side mission. It'll let us knock down the thing 1. All right, we got our success. Oh, we need 2 hits. Oh, perfect. All right, we got our success here. So we knock them out. It was a side mission, so we're gonna play our Diffuse, and Diffuse is gonna let us drop this track by 1. It's not gonna save us entirely, but we do have the money necessary. 1, 2, 4 to get Tranquilizer Dart, which is what we desperately need right now. And this is a card, so we have to wait till our next turn. And then these will go, we use all these, and this will go there too. And we're at the end of the turn, so draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. All right, end of round. So this time we finally get to do Cobra Battalion stuff. So we're gonna draw, or we're gonna go up to 1, 2, because one from here, and then one from the mission that's in play. And then we're gonna get a Cobra Battalion because that was at the yellow level at the start of this round, or when we were checking the tracker. All right, so Zartan still causing problems. That's his job, cause problems. Okay, going on to here, we are going to try to get the Cobra Battalion off of Hawk because we want to try to recruit him. We got $7 here ourselves, so we are going to go ahead and send Mainframe after that on the Vamp. So we're doing the Vamp. We're going after the side mission there. We got to roll 4 dice. We have no rerolls. But we are starting a mission, and now that we start a mission, it says target player draws 2 cards. So we're gonna choose ourselves. We're gonna draw 2 cards. So we got a few more cards here to work with. We need 2 successes. We got only 1 success, which is not great. So we do fail that one. We've used this as well. So we do fail that attempt. So Mainframe sadly didn't do it. So now we're gonna send Airborne after him because we desperately want that. Airborne is gonna get 3 dice. We don't have an air transport, it's fine. So 3, and we need 2 hits to make this work. Actually, sorry, we're gonna send that and we're gonna throw the regular Joe at him. Oh, I do have a reroll. Wait, 1 second. I had 2 hits, right? Sorry. No, I had 1. Okay, hold on. Jeez, I had 1 hit and I needed 2. So I had 1 hit, I needed 2. And I have a reroll, so I am going to spend my reroll. My second effort. And we're going to roll that. All right, Mainframe still doesn't do it. Okay, cool. All right, now we're going into this one. So we got 4 dice here. We're going to roll these 4. And we're going to see if we can take out this Cobra Battalion. Yes, we did it. All right, so we took him out. So he's gone, which is perfect. So now this goes here. We are going to retire this Joe. Thank you, Joe. And we have 7 points, $7 still. So this card is going to be there. I don't think I'm going to use this card. So let's throw it away. Actually, I'm gonna put it over to the reserve. And we got $7, so we're gonna recruit Hawk. He's gonna come to the top of our deck. And we're done with our turn. Cool, draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this comes in. And we're still there. So now we're back over to here. So now this is where we can do our great things. So we can use Tranquilizer Dart. Tranquilizer Dart. We're going to use that, and that's going to flip all Cobra officers face down until the end of our turn. So he's not defeated, he's just turned face down, which means he's not active. And now we're going to go hardcore against whatever this mission is. I don't care what my things are. Actually, I do. This is explosives and vehicles. We got explosives right there, and we got explosives over here, and we also got a rocket launcher, which is great. So explosives and vehicles is good. We're not gonna send Muskrat after it because we're gonna try to, well, it's not really much else for him to do, is there? We're gonna try to hold over Muskrat for the next round because we might be able to get a freebie on the next mission. The next mission is explosives and stealth, and he has stealth, but he also gets the free roll thing. What else do we have? It's explosives and vehicles is what we're looking at. So explosives and nothing else. So we're just sending one guy from our side, and they're sending 1 guy from their side. Oh, yeah, no. We're gonna throw Jinx in there. We're gonna throw a regular Joe in there, and we got a rocket launcher available. So Jinx is gonna come back after the story mission. We can go over this, over the limit now, because Zartan is now Tranquilizer Darted. So we're gonna get our dice out. So this is being initiated from this side with the Vamp. And sorry, I'm trying to keep this somewhat reasonable to look at. So Roadblock is going to give us 3, And then this regular Joe is going to give us 1. Jinx is going to give us 1. And then Zap is going to give us 3. And then Zap doubles the effect of the next gear that's played this turn. We are going to play our rocket launcher to discard 1 or 2 complications attached to the story mission. There is... Where'd the complications go? There's only 1 complication to this? Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of a waste, but hey, we're doing it. So we're still gonna play the rocket launcher to discard 1 complication attached to story mission. So we're not gonna, well, we discard it. And this one would have been story mission. You cannot use utility cards to affect this mission. That's fine. We're still gonna use our rocket launcher because that gives us 1 extra die. Because now, roadblock triggers. It says if there's a gear in play, which there is, this mission +1 wild and draw 1 card. And we get Ace to back us up. Cool. Oh, Muskrat is actually over here too. Sorry. He's available. Alright, let's go kick this mission's butt. So we need 4 successes. And we got a lot of dice. Zartan is now muted for the round, so we're doing good. And we super kick this mission's butt. Alright, so we succeeded. So for this one, we drop the track by 2, 1, 2. And then it says, search the complication deck and destroy 1 card of your choice. Oh, happy day. Search the complication deck and destroy 1 of our choice. Oh, this is complication deck? What does that do for me? Wait, destroying the complication deck doesn't do anything for me. Hold on. I gotta do a rule check. I gotta do a rules check. So, if it said discard, that would make sense to me. Because, for complications, let me go back and read them. Now, the Renegade Games, they did acknowledge that the first rulebook was garbage. And in the second rulebook, for the Serpent one, they do have a little bit of an errata inside of it for fixing some of the things. So let me double check. Let me check over here, see if it says anything about complications. I don't think it says anything about complications. It's just Cobra battalions, service rifle, group items. Yeah, no, it's nothing here. Okay. All right, continuing on. We are looking at complications. Oh, there they are. Complication cards. It says end of an act. When the final story mission of an act is completed, Golden Border, a new act will begin at the start of the next player's turn. After the first story mission of the new act is placed, take the complication discard pile and all complication cards for the next act and shuffle them into the main complication deck. This means that the complication deck will be renewed and upgraded with a mixture of cards from previous acts and the current act. So again, the text on this doesn't make sense, because if I get to search the complication deck and destroy 1 card of my choice, what does that do for me? This is the final mission of this act. It's the gold mission. So I'm going to interpret that as going to the complication discard and then destroy 1, and then continue with the way I've been playing so far, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Let's see. I think I can get rid of one of these precision strikes, because there's 4 of them so far. I've seen 4 of them. Oh, actually, any of these that make me draw another one, I think I want to get those away. What does Destro do again? I think Destro's really bad. I don't like him. Destro says reroll all 2s against the story mission at the end of the round, draw 1 complication. At the end of each round, draw 1 complication? Oh, that's gross. I think Destro comes out anyway, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. Will he come out with the next one? Let me see. This is the next mission on deck. It says this mission has +1 difficulty for each player in the game. At the end of each round, draw 2 complications. So I guess Destro's not out automatically. I don't know. I think any complication that makes me draw another complication, like do the thing and draw another complication is gone. So ambushed, I'm gonna throw this one out of the game. So this one is gonna be out of the game. I don't like that one. Go away. Shoo. Okay. All right. So we're done. We finished that. We got our benefits here, and we're done. We succeeded. So it's on the success pile. We only failed one mission so far, which feels par for the course. Now that we're done with that, we got to continue the rest of our turn. So Zap is going to go into the discard here. And then... Oh, actually. No, this doesn't help me. And we're going to dismiss this basic GI. And then Jinx is going to come back into our hand available to use because she finished a story mission. So we have Ace and Jinx. They're available to go punch some stuff. We are going to send Jinx after Cobra Battalion. Actually, are we? Yeah, we're going to send Jinx after Cobra Battalion. And that is going to give us... oh, sorry. This is the next mission coming up. That's the next mission coming up. So we're going to send Jinx after the Cobra Battalion. She's going to roll 4 dice. Wow. Nothing. All right. Well, she's not doing anything. All right. And we're going to send Ace after him using the Vamp. We're using the Vamp. He's going to roll 2 dice. Need 2 hits. And he gets 1 hit. I have no rerolls, so he fails as well. All right. Okay. That's fine. There's no other way I could have spent them, really. So money-wise, we have $2, $4, $6, $8. So we have $8. We are going to get the vehicle Tomahawk for 5, and we're going to get the vehicle Skyhawk for 3. Spending all my money. All right. Hey, Stalker's here. Nice. Okay. So we're all done with that. And now that we are done with that, we're at the end of the round. We're going to boost this by 1. We're going to put a Cobra Battalion out because we're on the yellow side of the track. And now we're at the start of the next turn, which is going to be... Yeah, let's start the next turn, which is going to be the activation of the next mission. Sorry, that was already on screen. It's going to be Sabotage the Space Station. It's a story mission, a group mission. It says, with some well-placed explosives, the Cobra Space Station will be toast in no time. And with it, all of Dr. Mindbender's evil schemes. Dr. Mindbender's evil schemes. Get them. So we can... we get 1 complication. Oh, actually, before we do that, we got to reset the complication deck. So this is going to be out of the game. We got the level 3 complications mixed in with the discard of the previous complications that we had here. Zartan is still alive. Oh, no, he just came back alive. Yeah. So Zartan is still alive at this time. So we can take him out, though, which is fine. Okay. And we get 1 complication. And this mission has +1 difficulty for each player in the game. At the end of each round, draw 2 complications. All right. Well, that's not great. So that's the mission that we're currently on. The one that's on deck that we'll be able to see next is going to be sneak onto the Cobra Space Station. We're going to need stealth and tracker to deal with it. So I think we're pretty good on the stats that we have. We're just kind of slogging it out to the end. This is getting into the second wind. The thing that you'll definitely hear me say in my review, I feel like this game lasts 45 minutes too long. It's not that I'm not having a good time. It's just that it lasts 45 minutes too long. I don't know. It just does. So this is our mission here. We gotta draw 5. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, how do I want to do this? We need to get these Cobra Battalion people out of the way. We need to get Zartan to go away. Zartan is causing problems. I don't like it. So we got a stealth. We got a lot of stealth. We can do the big mission, but we also need to take out Zartan. So he's tracker. Shoot. Do we have a tracker? We ain't got no tracker. Wow, it's not great. I would hate to like waste a hand like this because I don't want to take on the story mission because Zartan's active, so we need to get exact. But I have 3 stealth, 3 stealth, 3 stealth, which is not great. And Zartan is tracker recon. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send Muskrat. Oh, the challenge is a 5. Sorry, I gotta put that on there. So we're gonna send Muskrat after Zartan. Yeah, we're gonna send Muskrat after Zartan, and we're gonna do it in the Skyhawk. Will that help us? No, it won't help us. I mean, it gives us +2 recon. Actually, it does help us. Yeah, we're gonna send the Skyhawk after him, and we're gonna bring in Deep 6. Ooh, perfect. Oh man, we got this card. Heck yeah, we got Recovery Signal. I like that card because we get to basically bounce our people, pull them back. All right, so we're gonna send the Skyhawk with Muskrat and Deep 6 after Zartan, and we're gonna get our dice. So there's nothing special here. So we're gonna get 2 from the vehicle. We're gonna get 1 from Muskrat, and we're gonna get 3 from Deep 6. And Muskrat's gonna give us his typical 5, roll 5, and then do the thing. Oh, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this recovery signal. It says each player returns 1 of their Joes on this mission to their hand. So they'll be able to come back to our hand after they're done. So crits will give us a free hit. So we get 1 free hit on Zartan. And now we will roll our normal dice. So we got 6 dice, we need to get a 4 or better. We did it, we got a 4, exactly. So Zartan's knocked out. He is no longer a problemo, thank goodness. And then these guys will come back to our respective hands, active and ready to go. Skyhawk will go into my discard, and there you go. So now we get to do it all again. So now we can go after the big mission. We're gonna go after the big mission. This is a great time to go after the big mission. We need explosives and stealth. Oh yeah, right, stealth, stealth, stealth. So he's not joining. Do we need him to join? He has a reroll. I think I should send Deep 6 just so I can get the reroll. I think the reroll is worth it. Wait, actually, hold on. How many dice am I getting here? Hold on. We're getting 3, 3, 3, and then we're getting +2 because I'm the active player from Hawk's ability, so he gets 2 wilds. And then we get to roll 5, and then we get free hits. And we only need a 5. This is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, no, we're not going to bring Deep 6 along. We're going to let him hold on to a guy. He can go after the Cobra Battalion people. So now that we've done that, we're going to go with the Vamp. We're going to use the Vamp to go try to punch up some sabotage in space. So we got these going for us. Oh, before we do, complications. So we got our first complication and only complication. No, nothing to block it, so we got to deal with this one. And it says the story mission, if fails, doubles the threat meter modifier. Oh, so it's gonna go up 4 if we fail it. So let's not fail it. Don't fail that mission, please. That's specifically don't fail this mission. So first we'll do Muskrat's, his 5 hit thing. So crits will give us an auto hit, so we only need a 3 or better. So we got 2 auto hits. And then we need at least 3 hits from this massive dice. All right, I think we got it. I think we got him. Let me double check. 2, 4, 6. We got 8 hits, so we did it. So we took it out. It is now defeated. This complication can go complicate itself over there in a corner. And for victory for this one, each player draws 1 card, and we drop the threat meter by 2. 1, 2. Each player draws 1 card. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Happy day. All right, so I use these 3 for that one. So they are in nice rested stance. Okay, and now that Ripcord was, no, nobody was used over here. Now this is done, we're gonna send Ripcord after the Cobra Battalion, and yeah, we're just gonna send, yeah, we'll hold on to him. So we'll spend our money. So our money is gonna be 2, 4, 6. We got $6 to spend. We are going to get, let's see, we need for the next mission Stealth and Tracker. So we got Tracker coming up with Stalker, who's available over here. Stalker's right there. We also have Tracker coming up with Spirit and Freedom. No wilds can be used on this mission. At the end of each round, draw 1 complication. Wow. And that's Stealth and Tracker. So yeah, we're gonna pull Stalker. We're gonna spend 6 to get Stalker on top of the deck, and that's it. Oh, it says no wilds can be used on this mission? Hold on. I would have known that. So that means I don't need to save Ripcord. Well, Ripcord's the only person I can save. Yeah, I'm still gonna save Ripcord because he can, well, no, because I don't need to save him. Well, yeah, no, I'll still save him. Sorry, it's indecision here. Okay, we're all done. All these cards are gonna go, boom. And we're gonna draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, some good stuff here. Some good stuff. Ripcord's joining the squad. And now we have our next mission, which is going to be active. This one is called Sneak Onto the Cobra Space Station. Story mission, group mission. So the Joes have traced Cobra's signal to the secret space station in Earth's orbit. Can they find their way on board before Cobra discovers them? So if we do an airplane, then we get bonuses. Possible, or we can trigger airplane bonuses. We get 2 complications, and it says no wilds can be used on this mission, which is awful. And then at the end of each mission, or at the end of each round, draw 1 complication. So that's what it says. And here's our next mission that's on deck, our last mission, which is going to be neat martial arts and marksman, and place Cobra Commander and Dr. Mindbender into play at the end of each turn. Add 1 Cobra Battalion to the lineup. Yeah, it's just basically going to say, hey, hurry up and win. Hurry up and win. All right. So we are going to, I think we can just take that on. Is this Stealth and Tracker? Oh no, we got the wrong symbols here. What is on my leg? Okay, there we go. No wilds. Man, no wilds is so rough. So we can give 6. And that would be pretty nasty. We need a 5 or better. Now what says no wilds? The regular Joes, those are wilds, right? That's a wild, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know if it's technically a wild. So is it specifically the keyword wild that I can use? It says, even if a Joe's listed skills do not match the mission, they can always ignore those skills to instead add 1 wild. Okay. Yeah. So you need people who have the right thing, is what it's saying. So that means that I cannot even send guys unless I just really want their effect. Oh, that's rough. Okay. So we're gonna. Oh boy. All right. Whose turn is it? It's over here. It's over here, right? No, I think it's over here. Yeah, because we just knocked out the thing, so we're over here. All right. I almost meant twice. All right, so it's their turn. No, it's not their turn. Is it their turn? Yeah, because they just use Muskrat, Hawk, and Torpedo to knock out. Yeah, okay. So it is over here. All right, this is this turn. All right. We could start a mission, and we would let you. We would allow a reroll. We can get a reroll, and we could also throw Lightfoot at it, because Lightfoot's ability says if this mission fails, you may defeat 1 Cobra Battalion in the lineup. So I don't know if I want this mission to fail, because it's going to put Major Blood back into play, which we can still knock him out, but it's still not great. Baroness is out of the game, so she cannot come back into play. So therefore, I think we're going to go ahead and initiate it with the Tomahawk, because the Tomahawk is going to give us +3 tracker, because it matches. It can fit 5 people. So we're going to send the Tomahawk after it. We're going to do Lightfoot, and by it I mean the story mission. And then we're going to send Stalker, and we're going to send Don Marino. How are you supposed to pronounce that? And with that, we'll get 3 and then 3, and we get 0 because he doesn't match. But we do get 3 from the vehicle. And then it says 1 wild for each Cobra officer in play. There is no Cobra officer in play. If none, draw 2 cards and discard 1. So I get to draw 2 cards and discard 1. Oh, happy day. We'll discard this one, clearly. Well, do they have a leader? No, okay. And I will play my scuba gear that I just got. And this one says target player draws 2 cards. And then target player, or if we're on a boat, we're not on a boat. So just target player draws 2 cards. So who would benefit from drawing 2 cards? I think I would benefit. No, they would benefit from drawing 2 cards. No, because that card's in their discard. Never mind. The one that can return their Joes. It doesn't say I can add it to the mission. It's just draw 2 cards. So I think they have more utility stuff over here. So we're gonna draw 2 cards from this side. That way they can maybe do a little bit more afterwards. Nice. We got our proximity mine. Okay, cool. So draw 2 cards. We did it, and we got that there. We can draw some more cards. Actually, we're gonna play that. Well, we can't play it right now. Can we play it right now? We can play it at any time. Yeah, we're gonna play this right now. So we're gonna play that. We're gonna roll 2 dice, and for every hit, we get to draw a card. And that is 1 card, and it's a trooper. All right, that's not great. Okay, all right, keeping things in order. Continuing on, we got complications that we got to deal with. So we got to deal with these complications. We do have a proximity mine now, though. So we're gonna do that. It's a precision strike, and this one is going to be another precision strike. This one is fail the mission, and this one is just the other thing. So proximity mine will allow us to discard 1 reveal complication and then draw 1 other, and immediately resolve. I don't know if I really care too much about either of these. I mean, this one is a martial arts or marksman. Let's see, we got a wild and a vehicles in the tech. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to handle this one. And this one is a stealth and recon. We can deal with this one. Not easily, but we can deal with it. just send the boat. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna assign the precision strike over here, and we're gonna assign the entrenched over. I don't want to leave me in a bad spot over there. Yeah, I think we're gonna use the proximity mine to discard this complication and draw another. I feel like nothing can be worse than this. And resolve it immediately. Add 1 Cobra Battalion to the leftmost uncovered card in the lineup. Immediately draw another one. Yep, I figured that was gonna happen. All right, shoot. Well, not great. And this one is another precision strike. It's martial arts or marksman. At the end of the turn, go up 1. Was that the same card I just got rid of? No. I mean, it's weaker. It's a weaker version of the same card. All right. So clearly I need to face this one. So we're gonna throw this one over here to the side. We're gonna let me deal with it over here. Okay. So that card has been used. We're not the active player, so this stays over there. Okay, so continuing on, we got our complications out of the way. Now we get to do our mission, which we're rolling 9 dice. And we need a 5 or better. We got our 5, just barely. So we got a 5 exactly, so we do defeated, and that's gonna be dropping this by 2. So 1, 2, we're keeping that threat track pretty low. I feel like we're doing really good. All right, so that is it. We are all done. These guys will go into the discard here. And this is my hand, this is my side. And this will go into my discard. And then he's used. We got a Cobra Trooper here. We got some battalion problems. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna send Deep 6 after the Moray Sea Assault. And we're gonna go ahead and throw the Killer Whale after it as well, because that's gonna give me, well, it's gonna give me +2 wild, so it's gonna give me 5 dice to roll. I have a reroll available, and that'll give me the opportunity to maybe take it out. So this is a 5. And we needed a 3, so we need to use a reroll. So we're gonna use the reroll. Nice, we got it. We got our 3. All right, so we take out the Moray Sea Assault. It is now gone, and he's now used. This goes into our discard. We got a Cobra Trooper that we cannot take care of, so it's gonna go there. We did defeat a side mission just now, so we get to drop this by 1. Look at that track. It's so peaceful. And I think that's it. So now we get to purchase. So we are going to purchase things. We got 2, 4, 6. We got $6 to purchase stuff. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we're gonna get spirit for sure. Sorry, freedom and spirit and freedom, and that's all we can do. We don't have any more money because there were 5. All right, so we're all done. All these will go here. We spent this one. We're gonna send this to the side so it doesn't get into our deck. And then we're gonna draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this comes back. And now we're on our final mission. Oh, not yet. It's not available yet. Sorry, we're gonna be end of round, so this is gonna go up by 1, and that's it. Now we're on our final mission. Final mission says, destroy the mind control device. We gotta destroy the mind control device. Sorry, let me get my mic adjusted. It's been having a great time this whole time. Destroy the mind control device. It says it's a story mission, it's a group mission. All that's left now is the final showdown deep within Cobra's secret base. So it says place Cobra Commander and Dr. Mindbender into play, and at the start of each player's turn, add 1 Cobra Battalion to the lineup, which is not great because we got a lot of problems over here. So Cobra Commander and Mindbender. So Dr. Mindbender, what his thing does is he says at the start of each group mission, discard the top card of the main deck. If it's a Joe, then the mission difficulty is increased by 2. And then finally, Cobra Commander, the main one. I'll get you, Joe. Cobra Commander says, at the end of each round, discard all uncovered main deck cards in the lineup, and story mission is +3 difficulty. So they're not playing around. They're not playing around, and we got one complication added to this. All right, so that's not great. All right, okay, cool. Well, we got our work cut out for us. I'm not too worried about the panic track. I'm really worried about this nonsense over here. So the final mission has its difficulty increased by 3 and possibly by 5, so it's an 11 if I draw wrong. So I need to, I think I'm gonna just try to punch a bunch of Cobra Battalion people out and then give myself a chance to kind of get a good hand. So we're gonna definitely go against this first with the regular Joe and Ripcord here. Ooh, distraction is pretty nice. Yeah, I'm still gonna do what I'm doing here. So we're gonna do this here, and we are sending 2+1 on the vamp. I'm not gonna grab it, but we're doing that. So we're getting 3 dice. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about them. I'm gonna worry about the Cobra Commander, or the Cobra Battalion guys, because I need to get these guys out of the way. Because if these guys keep coming out like they're coming out, it's gonna be really bad for me. And also, did it say Major Blood? No, it says Dr. Mindbender. Okay, we're good. Shoot. Oh, actually, next round we can just take him out with the Tranquilizer Dart again. Yeah, we can just win the game with Tranquilizer Dart and call it a day. All right, so it looks like we're gonna win next turn, assuming that our dice properly. So we are going to go ahead and just focus on the battalion people. So we're gonna send Cutter after them. He's gonna ride into the vamp. We're gonna roll 3. He's on a side mission. Oh wow. We failed. Sad. We're gonna send Ripcord and the regular Joe after the Cobra Battalion. We're gonna roll 3. We needed a 2, we failed, so we didn't do anything there. So now we got $3 to spend. We're gonna spend those $3 on distraction. We're at the end of the turn. We are gonna hold on to this card on the side and then draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this card is gonna cause us to go up on the track, which it's not great, but I'm okay with. We're at the end of turn, and it says end of each round at the start of a group mission. All right, so we're good. So I didn't do any group missions there. Oh, hey, knowing's half the battle. Gain a number of hits equal to half the printed difficulty of this mission. Round it down. Then discard this card immediately. Wow, that's a good card. It's a great card. All right, so we are here. So we have a better hand to deal with the final mission. So we need martial arts and marksman. More importantly, we got distraction. Distraction is going to be the good one for us. So we need martial arts and marksman. We got martial arts. We got marksman. We got another marksman. All right, I think we're good. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and just go for the big fight. We're gonna go for the big fight, and we are going to bring along. Yeah, we're definitely gonna bring along one of our guys here. So I guess it doesn't matter who we bring along, huh? Yeah, it really doesn't matter who we bring along on this side. So we're gonna go ahead and bring we're gonna bring Zap. Zap has been with us this whole time. So is Mainframe, but we're gonna bring Zap. He's just a simple 3. So he doesn't do anything. These guys can actually do something later. So we're gonna bring Zap along, and we're using the Vamp. And we are going to go ahead and play Tranquilizer Dart. So we're activating Tranquilizer Dart, and that's going to mute both Cobra Commander and Dr. Mindbender. And they're muted now. They're not dead, they're muted. So they're still in play, but they're not available. And then for Spirit and Freedom, for each side mission you control, 1 hit to the mission. That doesn't count. So this one is going to be, he's a marksman, so he has 2 marksmen, I mean. For Roadblock, it says if there's a gear in play this mission, +1 wild and draw 1 card. So technically there's a gear in play. I mean, that counts, right? That counts? It's convenient for me, I'm gonna count it. So it counts, so +1 wild and draw 1 card. So draw 1 card. And we got a gear, we got a rocket launcher. Nice, we'll definitely use that in a second. And then Jinx is, if Jinx is using story mission, return her to your hand, but otherwise she's a 4 martial arts. And we can use martial arts for this one. And then finally Zap is explosives, double the effect of a gear in play. We won't need to double it, but we can. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna activate a rocket launcher, discard 1 card to, discard 1 complication attached to the story mission. So we do, it's gone, it's out. And that would have been just a precision strike, which is fine. We don't need to deal with those anymore. All right, so now we're on our final roll, hopefully, of the game. This is our best chance. We have distraction available, which is change all single hits into double hits. So change all single hits into crits. So I feel like we definitely got this. We need a 6. Wow. What? Oh, buddy, really? And this is the game, guys. This is the game. Are you kidding me? Okay, all right. Well, we're playing distraction. Change all single hits into crits, but good lord. All right, we almost lost. You see that? All right, so we got our 6 hits. You win. Whew. Oh, it's supposed to be at the start of each player's turn. Add 1 Cobra Battalion to the lineup. Oh, wow. So that means that we would have been here. I'm sorry, I didn't read that second part of the text, which is at the start of each player's turn, add 1 Cobra Battalion to the lineup. All right, I guess it was much more dire than I thought it was, because it was about to just be ended, just be finito. That's scary. That's scary knowing that the game was that close. So we won because we had distraction. We had the cards to help mitigate the dice there, and that was yeah, that's G.I. Joe the deck building game. We successfully stopped Cobra by destroying the mind control device, and we succeeded. So therefore, you win. We win. I win. Woo! Okay. Whew. I kind of hate how close that was at the very end. Like I like how close it was at the very end, but I also kind of hate how close it was at the very end. At any rate, yeah, it's gonna be it for this one. We are done with our playthrough for this one. I enjoyed my experience. This was fun. I got to build up my deck. I got to go punch some people, punch some evil Cobra in the face, and I'll definitely do another playthrough at some point in the future. I don't know how close to the future, how close in the near future I mean, but I want to try to do a playthrough of the expansions. I don't know if I want to commit to playing every expansion, but we'll see. And also may do the campaign playthrough for Raise the Flag, which I'm interested in doing it, but I'm not excited about doing it, if that makes sense. Like I want to do it, but also don't want to do it. Actually, let me say it this way. I want to watch the video of me doing it, but I don't want to actually do it in the video. So this is the Raise the Flag campaign expansion, and I want to play through this and see how it is, see how it plays, see how fun it is. So yeah. All right, so that is going to be it. So thank y'all very much for watching. Hopefully this is enjoyable. As you can see, we were successful and victorious. If I made any rules mistakes, please do let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely bubble up and pin those comments or like those comments so people can see the mistakes that I made. I did do a re-recording in this because I did make a mistake on how the complication deck was utilized. I just had every single one of them in there from start to finish. So I had all the level 1s, all the level 2s, all the level 3s shuffled in there, and boy was the game very swingy. And now I see why. But as it panned out in this particular case, playing it this way felt basically the same. I did do mission 2 instead of mission 1. My previous playthrough that is not going to see the light of day. I did mission 1 and I succeeded in that one, but I also did a shorter version of the game. I decided to do a normal length in this game. This is just kind of the debrief. And the normal length in this game is you're supposed to do 2 silvers, 1 gold for each act, so you have 9 missions total. Normally when I play this game, I do one silver, 1 gold. So 6 missions total, so that way it shortens the game. I don't think it shortens the game by a ton, but it definitely does. You know, now I'm thinking about it, what happens in those situations, in that situation, once you reduce the number of missions, is that you spend less time doing missions. I feel like I spent a lot more time doing missions with the deck with 9 cards, with 9 mission cards, because I really was worried about running out of cards towards the end. Because I know when I play with the 6 missions, I end up just kind of, with this many cards left at the end of the game. So I figured with more missions, I would end up with less cards, but it turned out that there's more padding. So because there's more padding, it kind of eases you into a little bit more. So I think it's kind of about the same. I feel like I played about the same. It still lasted 45 minutes too long, in my opinion. But overall, though, I had a lot of fun. I was able to get the playthrough there, and hopefully this is very informative and useful for people who are watching. I tried to do as many rules as I can at the front, but as you saw, I missed one major rule, which is when you use a vehicle that is not the vamp or does not have special text for return back to the hangar, it goes in your discard. That's a really critical rule that I think people might have missed. So yeah, hopefully people caught on to that or will catch on to that, or hopefully people won't use my video for how to learn how to play the game, because yeah, that's not recommended. Not recommended. All right. So thank y'all very much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Feel free to check out the review that I did of the game, or that I'll do of the game. It'll be posted at the same time. Feel free to check out that after this, so you can see what I feel about the game, what I think about the game. I did do the review before I did the playthrough. So basically, I did my first playthrough, and then I did a review that rambled on. And the first playthrough had some rules incorrectness, and then I did my review, my corrected review, and then I just did this playthrough here. I actually might redo the review again, but no, I think I'm fine. I'm done looking at this game for now. All right, so now that you guys got all the inside baseball and know what's going on in the background, thank y'all very much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you all whenever.